Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Welcome to tradertv.live. We're seeing North American stock futures back in negative territory this morning, although we are attempting to get back to the green as we sit here this morning. Remdesivir to the rescue once again. Gilead out this morning with results, improved results, it seems, as far as treating COVID-19 cases with remdesivir. So a recent spike in the futures looks to be because of that. We're also seeing some of the stocks related to economies reopening back to the downside this morning. Talking about the airlines, we're talking about the cruise lines, all in negative territory. Some of the hotels as well. Spiking cases throughout the U.S. remain on investors' minds. We saw record cases once again yesterday, pandemic record cases for the U.S. Once again yesterday. So we'll have a look at some of the airlines coming up, some of the cruise lines as well under pressure, as we mentioned. Tech stocks, though, offset that yesterday, offset most of that negativity yesterday. The NASDAQ closing at another all-time high, while the Dow and S&P were slightly lower to end the day. Yesterday, electric vehicle makers back in focus once again today. NIO to the upside, secured more financing over in China. We'll tell you all about that. We're watching that SPAC, Spartan Energy, big pop, end of the show yesterday on rumors that Fisker might go public through a merger with Spartan Energy. So SPAQ, another one to look at so far today. It is Friday, July 10th, 2020. TraderTV.live starts now. And there's a look at Asian markets from the overnight session. Pretty negative right across the board here. You can see Hong Kong and Shanghai leading the way to the downside, nearly 2% for both of them. We'll head over to Europe and have a look at how things are shaping up. Yeah, back to the upside here for European markets. A lot of these were negative when I sat down this morning, but yeah, pretty nice numbers here to wrap up the week over in Europe. Let's go over to North American futures and see how things are looking. We're almost there, guys. NASDAQ 0.05% in negative territory, trying to get back to positive. You can see TSX futures, same story. Here in Toronto, 0.09% to the downside. Brazil's open, trading lower. Bitcoin, crude oil to the downside. We have gold higher to end off the week. Going to be an interesting, once again, interesting session once again, guys. We have a lot of things to get to in the pre-market here. Gilead, big move to the upside just recently. We had the futures spiking to the upside. Remdesivir to the rescue, I guess, again.
I guess so. I mean,
the market can't open negative. Come on.
How many times are they going to rescue this market, though, right? I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, look, obviously it's the end of a great week for the NASDAQ, obviously, but there's a lot of names that are going to be in play today. We've been talking about that SPAC, Sean's in it now. I just covered one of these new ones today, WIMI. We're going to be talking about this one. Another 100% gapper, and NIO's done 12 million shares. So it is going to be absolutely crazy activity again to end this week. It should be a lot of fun here. A lot of names on the radar. The key is going to be sticking to the ones that you have the most confidence in and the ones that you have the best read on and the best setups, for sure, because I see a million things on my board today, Sean.
A million? Yeah, that's should be a roller coaster here today. We're already 20 pennies in the money, and we hit it twice. So we hit it at 17.10, and then we hit it at 17.16, and now SPAC for the win right now, 25 cents in the money. We're not going to get out. I mean, this could be one of those crazy ones. We'll wait to see. I have an order to get out near $18, so we'll see if we can't take a quick 70 cents to start the day, and then we'll hold the second half, and then see if the crazy traders want to bring this thing to the moon, guys.
All right, guys. Yeah, we have lots to talk about, lots to get to as far as individual stocks moving around. Before we get into any of that, let's get over to the desk and say good morning to Valeria.
Good morning and hello everyone, guys. I wish you a great trading day, and we are here as usual to make it even better. Please sign up to our daily free watch list and the link I'm sending on the chat, and subscribe to this channel to receive notifications when we are back on air. Please support us and like this video right now. Let's get it started, and back to Brandon.
All right, I just noticed our top traders list is not working, I don't think, today. So we do have a few numbers to show you here, but we'll show you by market numbers. How about that? The top 10 list appears to be down today. So we'll show you top traders by market. So OTC at the top of the list yesterday. Sean, you were having a look at OTC pink sheets throughout the day. 38,000 there from the OTC pink sheets. CME, some futures action there, 20,000. TSX Venture Exchange here in Canada, 13,000. The LSE, there's Portugal, Lisbon making an appearance, 11,900. Zitra over in Germany. We have New York, Vienna, so on and so forth. Another great day for traders here at Day Trade the World. We have lots to get to this morning as far as stocks. Let's show you what's coming up later in the show. We're going to have another great educational video for you. Risk management. We're going to talk all about position sizing, how to size your positions correctly for your account size and your risk tolerance. So Valeria will have that link for you coming up later in the show. Let's get to Spartan Energy there. Sean touched on it briefly. If you missed it yesterday, big news was pretty late in the show, I think. We were talking about it yesterday. This company is backed by Apollo Global, which is a private equity firm, and is looking to basically write a blank check for Fisker, or is leading the bidding war when it comes to possibly winning out on taking Fisker public. So Fisker looking to use SPAQ to go public, take advantage of all of this hype around electric vehicles at the moment. Fisker, obviously an actual company with actual sales, with vehicles that are actually very nice. So this should be quite exciting, guys.
Brendan, what's your opinion on
Yeah,
Fisker?
tell us what you really feel, Brendan.
If we can,
As a shareholder of Spartan Energy,
I mean, if we can trade Fisker, I think that'll be pretty exciting.
Yeah. Well, we're already in SPAC here, so we'll see. I mean, we saw the same thing happen with Nikola and VTIQ. So now we'll see the same thing here with Fisker and SPAQ, which is Spartan Energy. So if you're looking it up on your account, Spartan Energy, if they don't have the symbol SPAQ. Okay, so we went long again. We've gone long 3 times here. We're just going to wait to see. We're just trying to have some fun on this. We're not going to put in real shares until the market does open. And if it does open up, I still think we could take out this 18, which is why we're slowly taking some shares here. The bottom 1640. We ripped up yesterday and stopped at 1550. Brendan, you brought us, Brendan brought us the Fisker news, and I found the symbol quickly there because it was popping up as a volume alert. And that was yesterday about 11:45. It's doing nothing at 10 bucks, 10.75, shot up, breaks levels, shoots up again. So whether or not this first trade is going to be a winner for a lot of you traders, I'm not sure, but this is going to be on the look for the rest of the day. It had some problems, Neil, here at 1750, so we'll wait to see it bunched up here just a little bit on the way down at 1740. 1740, not 1750. And now it's bouncing again. So look, if it breaks 1740 again, then maybe you have another runner to the upside. So let's wait and see.
Yeah, it could actually end up having a few more little dip sells like yesterday, just based on the fact that it's not necessarily a done deal. There's going to be competition for this. Fisker legitimate, as Brendan is mentioning. I'm looking at, so obviously 1550 is great. Man 14 was the greatest price in the afternoon. It was just a fantastic holder. So you do see some lines in the sand being drawn in SPAC, and they got like a month to make an acquisition. That's why they're going to go ham to make sure that this one happens, I think. So it should be very, very active and a great one to trade today. The warrants are also up on it. I'm not sure we have that in our system, but if anyone's looking at Spark Plus or Spark W, that's just the warrants for SPAQ.
And guys, if you remember that VTIQ, when Nikola did this very same thing, that VTIQ gave us, 2.5 weeks worth of really great action before that deal even closed, and Nikola became Nikola. Speaking of NKLA, let's have a look at Nikola shares coming under pressure a little bit this morning. One of the only EV makers to the downside today, although Tesla's kind of flat as well. But increased competition, some talk online this morning about Rivian possibly beating Nikola to market with their electric pickup truck. So let's have a look at Nikola, guys, to the downside slightly today.
Yeah, look, I mean, I didn't even know that Rivian news, but obviously it's in our watch list, guys. Sign up for that, and you'll be able to see everything about Nikola here today. Okay, guys, it's down 5%. I mean, ho-hum. This is just the way this stock goes. You can't sell your shares too early on some of these electric vehicles. But you can see here, 54 was the bottom, guys, a couple times. That's where we're bouncing right now. This is yesterday. early 10:30. We did pick up some longs. It was a decent trade for us yesterday. I still think the same thing happens today, but you do have a 53 bottom. I mean, just look at the chart. It's just so hard to sit here and try to predict some levels for you guys when you really don't have much here on the daily chart. We only, we can say IPO'd, but came out at $32, ripped all the way, guys, to $98 in its second or third day. And now we're back down here, and we just touched $40 2 days ago and $60 yesterday. So Nikola is going to be a wild ride. Everybody knows that. So if you want to trade the EV space, guys, especially today, next week, next couple weeks, like Brendan was saying, you're going to have to sort of buckle up a little bit and take some lumps, because this is going to be an up and down ride. I don't think this thing gets to $90 again until they actually release a vehicle. But right here, I don't mind a break of $55.
Yeah, and just watch, I mean, the only levels you really got, there's a 53 pre-market bottom, and on the daily you did have 53 be the bottom of the original retracement after that surge on the IPO when it did come out, guys. So, I mean, there's not too much when it comes to those levels. From there, 51 has a little bit of support as well, but really you're just looking at these pre-market ranges reinforced by that opening week on Nikola. Certainly this is definitely the space to continue to be involved in with NEO and Workhorse. We're going to be all over these ones all day today.
Speaking of NEO, it's been an impressive week for NIO. To the upside, we're opening at all-time highs. Once again this morning, the company secured 10.4 billion yuan credit facility from 6 Chinese banks. That works out to about 15 million US, give or take. So more financing coming NEO's way, guys.
I mean, nothing can stop this thing. First of all, I always want to thank 2 new members here, Hubza and Sylvain. So thank you guys so much for coming on board. All the traders that are part of this community continue to make us stronger and bigger and better. So thank you to everybody, and we'd appreciate everybody becoming a member. You get little cool emojis and badges. Look, we're not trying to sell anything, just trying to make it a little fun here for the show and for the viewers. But 1580 to the top side here, NIO. Look, yesterday, Neil, you have a story about trading in the afternoon. Oh, I got Simon Future messaged me about push-ups, so I don't know. You have to figure that out. But right here, guys, 14, 15, we did get a break yesterday. 14 was a great top there. It held and bounced through. Then it broke through, held again. So 14 is going to be on look. I don't have too much else here. 15, 50 on the downside. Again, look, NEO has made moves during the day, which have been great. I don't like the moves in the first couple minutes, so we will wait to see where they want to take NIO. But before NEO, hold on a second. I know I have the imbalance board here. I want to talk about this quickly. SPAC right now, 700,000 shares to buy, and NEO 2.6 million. So there's the marijuana company Hexo as well. So a lot of stuff happening here. I just want to get over that. There is another big bid and balance, Neil.
Yeah, I'm not sure, Simon, that I'm going to be shorting in front of high of day today, so I'm not even sure it's going to come into play, but believe me, if that happens and I don't put my stop correctly, I'm going to go drop down and give you those 20. Oddly enough, and Sean talked about the story here, we were shooting a live thing at 1 o'clock about Day Trade the World, and I was actually trading at the same time. Reverse to the long on the top end break, like I said I was going to do, off of those shorts all morning long, and then this was me getting wicked out right here. If you can kind of see this, we broke down below 14 only to see this move continue into the aftermarket at $15. So I got suckered out in the afternoon trade. As a day trader, sometimes it happens to you where you have tighter stops because the end of day is approaching, which, I don't know, it's not always the best thing in the world, but it's worth noting on any pullback. Let's watch this 15 quarter level. This is where we sort of started things off, trying to break through a couple of sessions ago, and then the massive flush that we were talking about on Wednesday. So if we ever retrace to 15.25 and then can maybe hold that, one of those like snap down on the open, maybe secondary rally, I'm looking for a turn at 25. That's where we'd like to pick up a dip buy if we can off the open, guys.
Yeah, pretty impressive volume all week long on NIO, so definitely have to watch that one again. Yesterday, hundreds of millions of shares traded. Virgin Galactic, guys, pretty impressive move. Speaking of impressive moves, for space yesterday to the upside, they came out and said that they're expecting an FAA license for space flights, commercial space flights, within the next 2 test flights that they are going to run, which are coming in the next few weeks. So within the next coming weeks, they are expecting to be licensed for commercial space flights, which is obviously going to get them closer to operation when it comes to actually selling tickets and getting their business up and running. So a nice move to the upside yesterday. Space opening a little bit lower today, but still doing some volume in the pre-market here.
Yeah, they're catching Boeing in this battle. I mean, it's really just the two of them battling it out with the contracts with NASA at least. But you look at the break that it's had in the last couple of sessions here, and then you watch this little resistance that we're kind of running up to. So the fact that we might come off this 21 area before we get there, and $20 even is sort of one of those round numbers. It's not terribly surprising in terms of the amount of juice that it's had. There was a bit of a sell here on, like I'm going to say, it's very light volume in the pre-market. But let's just note this 1850 area and then putting in a higher low as we try to get back towards the upside. So it seems like there is some support at 1850. 20 is going to remain a break this week or next at some point going into that 21 high that we just looked at. But if we can hold that bottom at 1850, I think that's going to be a nice little sounding off point for Virgin Galactic here.
Yeah, guys, look, I've been all over Virgin Galactic here, including last week. I'm trying to find the tweet here, but we talked about it last week when I tweeted at Daniel Shea about, follow me on Twitter, by the way, at TraderTV Sean, if you get a chance. But we tweeted at out, and I loved space. Oh, I didn't want to say, I have this up here because I want to give a shout out to Byron. Byron, thank you so much for that super chat. #1 fan. Okay, that's good. We'd like to have those fans. And #1, #2, #3, thank you, Byron, so much for that super chat. Okay, SPCE, I was pounding the table a couple weeks ago. You guys know that. I called that at $15 as a nice little long-term buy. And then I called it last week when we were talking about buying some options on this name. And look where we were, $16, $17. Now we're bumping up to 20. So hello, that's another win for us there on an option play. But for equities, yeah, $20. Let's just take the breakout. Look, nothing happening here. I'm wondering, though, if this is maybe a little bit expired right now. A lot of the times it's sort of buy the rumor, sell the news type of stuff. Neil was just talking about some of the dealings and whatnot, as was Brendan. So it's been a big move up. Wouldn't be surprised if they fade it back through. I just don't think that day is today.
All right, guys, we'll go over to the energy space. We saw a big move in crude oil to the downside yesterday. A lot of the individual producers following suit, moving sharply lower. Crude down about 4% on the day yesterday. I just noticed, though, we're basically back to break even. It did actually go positive briefly, but back to basically break even for crude oil itself. Some of the energy producers pretty active in the pre-market here. Talking about Marathon, you can have a look at Oxy, or even XOM was another one that I saw popping up on a volume scanner early on today.
Yeah, and they're all sort of just following that pattern you showed in crude. I mean, you can look at the chart of Oxy, and it's going to be basically a mirror image of what you just showed there, Brendan. Still negative on the session, actually. So it is continuing its sort of decline ever since it pivoted below that $17 area. And the next support on Occidental is not till you get to about this 15 to 15 quarter. For me, inside of the range is not going to be very interesting. I think maybe fading it in front of 17 in terms of a day trade is going to be good, but I definitely need to see $15 hold, and we do that, I think you can get some chop and then maybe a bit of buy action. But Oxy's been under that pressure, and you can see now that it's dipped below 17, it does look like fading. That price is a heck of a lot more interesting, especially as crude fails to get farther past that 40 to 42 mark. If it can't really budge another leg to the upside there, you're probably going to see some trouble with Oxy getting above that 17.
I liked XOM to break through 40, but now we're way up, 41 and change on that. Good news there. Gilead, and then some Fed talk as well. So yeah, we bounced off 40 there pretty easily, up about 70, 80 cents. I still think XOM is going to be a short at some point, and that's the way we should be looking. Oil's bouncing around $40, but right now, XOM not really a great, I mean, it's going to be a great stock. Look for it to break down here below 40.90, I think. That's a good one.
Guys, we'll go to the semiconductor space. We saw the big strength yesterday. I mentioned it a couple of times during the show with AMD. AMD was leading this group to the upside yesterday as far as relative strength, even as the market was coming in pretty sharply. We are opening slightly lower on AMD. Bank of America had an upgrade on this thing yesterday, but looks like it actually has, is my quote board wrong? No, it did. Yeah, it did go positive. So I stand corrected here. We were lower, as you can see, but now up 1%. Again today, guys. We were within 3% yesterday of all-time highs on AMD.
Look, I mean, we love this name. And yesterday in the afternoon here, I took a $2 winner. We tweeted that one out as well. This is where we had the break yesterday. Brendan was talking about that on the show. We did break it right here, 55 and change. We go long and we hold it all the way to the close, guys. And that was just a monster trade. Nothing's going to stop AMD. They have a bunch of new deals going on, partnering with NVIDIA a few different ways. AMD so super strong. And I mean, I picked up some shares the other day, believe it or not, at this $50 level here. This is the perfect setup for me on a day trade. It sort of bounces around, has some consolidation up here, and then takes off. So very, very lucky to have this one long at 50, but we could break this top for sure, $59. I mean, it seems like it's crazy. It's at 58 right now, but we could get up to 59, and if we do, I mean, that's what I'm expecting. So let's just take a long off the open, breaking through 58. I mean, it's kind of a simple play.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to get to this WAFU. I know a lot of you are looking at just a big volume spike a couple of minutes ago. It got up to this level on the daily, that 870, 875 area, before doing a bit of a right turn, pulling back in about $1 right now. So that's going to be a significant one if we ever break through. I'm seeing an 850 top-ish in the pre-market here, but I would look more towards that 8.75 to see if there's a secondary break on WAFU. Any breaking news on that we'll definitely get to you from Brendan. But another mover here, Chinese education company that once again is on the run.
Another one of those stocks that can have those big bursts and then come right back down to earth. Yeah, nothing. There's been no headlines on WAFU since July 7th. So a few days since there was any news on that. And that was just updating in short interest, but definitely doing some volume. We'll have a look at WAFU once we get going. Let's go to the airlines, guys. United out this morning with a little bit of news. We were talking about this group being as a group to the downside. So United has reached an agreement with their pilots union on getting some early retirements settled and also some voluntary furloughs. They said 2 days ago they were looking at 36,000 possible furloughs still coming going into late summer and into early fall to keep up with the lack of demand because of the pandemic. So UAL down about 3% still.
I didn't even really look at this one. I'm not a big trader of UAL, but you know, it's been obviously a mover in the last little while with all this stuff happening. Good news today on it: 1.23 million shares. I think that's more than average, and we go upside now. $29. You know, you're down 2.5%, but look at the daily chart here on United. What you're going to see here is, for some reason, we ripped all the way to 50 before coming all the way back down now again. So now you have this little problem here. We've cracked through this 50 period moving average, which is a big one for me. So I turn bearish sort of when that happens. Now we're through, and you have this bottom here, 27.50. Look, we're at 29.50. I don't really want to trade it through there until we get to 27.50. So for me, it's a nothing. I'd rather look at CCL, as you guys know.
Yeah, and in the airline space, I like usually looking at American Airlines. It's a sort of similar story here in front of about 11 quarter here. That's yesterday's bottom, a big time dip off of a 12 break. Certainly that's a good level. And like Sean said, it's the downward trend below the 50 period. Same sort of story. But I like it in front of that 11.25. Maybe there's a bit of a bounce play if you want to scalp a break of that 11 quarter. Otherwise, we're shorting it into what seems like some support down around $9.75, $10 even, which is a buck from here.
Looks like Carnival moving, guys. Yeah, they actually reported. Carnival Cruise reported. We'll have a look at CCL in a second here. There's also Workhorse Group. We didn't mention that one yet, but it was Collier Securities lowering their rating on Workhorse, another one from the EV space. They lowered their rating to neutral from buy. So Workhorse, another one to the downside this morning in that electric vehicle space. Let's go to Arun. We're going to bring in Arun and have a look at the overall market and get some key levels to look at once again this morning. We're trying here, Arun. We mentioned we're trying to get back to positive territory. It's been a bit of a grind, though, so far in the pre-market.
Yeah, you know, it's pretty flat. I mean, both markets, NASDAQ's up like 0.14% and ES is up 0.10. Not a whole lot going on. The only level I've got marked off is for 3,100 even. I know the old level from a few days ago that I had, the 3,185, that's still available, but I don't know how much weight I'm going to apply to that level up to, above, because every day it seems like we're putting in a lower high which concerns me because the level would be 31.85, but going 3 days in now, each high is lower. So I don't know if that level is still as valid as it was originally. So at this point, I'm just going to leave it up there, but I'm not going to really put too much weight into it. 3,100 is a level I've got. Right now, we're just in the middle of like a ton of action here. We're going up to the 3155 area, 3160 area. There's a lot of action there. You step into the 3165, there's some action there. So you know what, right now what I'm going to do, I'm not going to do a whole lot in these price points. If we can get back under maybe 30 into the 25 area again and start to show some bids, I might want to take a long with the 3100 as the support. But until I can get a good risk-reward ratio, and right now there's nothing. So what I'm going to do if this market keeps going up is just let it go into price discovery and see what levels pop up as we move. Because some days you just got to be patient. This is one of those days with the market not doing a whole lot and the levels not being there. I'm just going to be waiting around, Brendan. That's all I've got, really.
Yeah, it's a great point. Thanks, Arun. We'll touch on some of those levels as we go this morning, but it's a great point he makes there. Some days you got to be prepared to sit on your hands a little bit. Today might be one of those if you're looking at the futures. Here's another one moving around, guys. WIMI, big move to the upside, 113%. Really like that it held $9 here. Big rejection. If you go out to the daily time frame, 9 to 950, an area of congestion for WIMI. This is a 3D ARAI company that just launched a whole suite of products based off of 5G technology. So holographic advertising, holographic conferencing, a whole bunch of new products for WIMI. So huge move for that one today, guys.
Yeah, it was good for some secondary pushes, some volume here at about 9:04, just 20 minutes ago. I took a couple of breaks on it, but it's starting to come back. It's an important hold here at $8. You do see some rounding off here. We don't have locates on it. We're going to look to see if we can pick some up just in case we want to be shorting through 8. But if we can hold this off the open, I think we get another test up towards that $9 area. An 8 to even stop is certainly reasonable if you're taking it. We got about 4 minutes to go here. I know there's a couple of names that we haven't quite gotten to yet. We just talked about that workhorse, but there is also Matt X up another. This one is up, but on light volume. I know some people are going to be interested in it. It's only on 20,000 shares, and as much as it is a bit on my radar, because looking at the daily chart, there's an obvious level here at 35 even. You got to let this one open up, see some volume. The spreads are going to be gigantic, and the volume is not there yet. If it does pick up, it is on the watch for me as another gapper. But Max X through 35 only if I see some significant volume pick up. I don't like any of these when they're sitting there doing absolutely no churn, because there's no way to level up. There's no way to be secure about your entries and exits, not when it's that illiquid.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what you have to look at as liquidity, guys. We're going to be opening up in 3 minutes. Look at this. Alibaba has been on a monster run lately. I think it's overextended itself a bit. I love this stock at 220. Not sure about 261 right now, but Alibaba 259 break. We're going to be all over that one. You did see yesterday 259. It bounced a couple times off those bottoms, 259.50, 259. And then, once we did break it right here, it was nothing but upside. And then we bounced a couple times down here. So let's see what happens today at 259. I mean, you can get a little bit aggressive and go 259.50, just expecting this to get taken down. But we'll wait to see on Alibaba. Let's just check back quickly, guys, with our imbalance locator here. I know, Fitbit is back in the building here today. So we're going to find out a little bit more about that. Brendan came with some stories the other day about Fitbit. Doesn't look like it's moving around too much, up 1.79%. But again, they're trying to be bought by Google. So there was some regulation issues there. But NEO right here, 3 million to go. Let's see what we're at right now, 1540. What up, Brandon?
Yeah, guys, just checking in on this Carnival earnings report. Yeah, they actually came out with earnings, looks like around 9:10, 9:15 this morning. So they reported a quarterly per share loss of $6.07 at this point. I'm going to keep digging on this, but at this point, I'm seeing revenue actually beat expectations, which is a little surprising, seeing as how they weren't operating for most of the quarter. So yeah, quarterly loss, $6 per share loss, I should say, $6.07 per share, guys.
What are they selling drugs on the dark web or something? Like, how do they even have a revenue? I don't understand. Okay, we'll have to find that out. And I mean, who releases their earnings at 9:10 anyways on a Friday? So I don't know. I mean, I'm really surprised here. I did have Carnival Cruise Lines going to the downside here. And
I'm not going to touch it because I'm not sure what's up there.
I don't know either, but it's not moving. I mean, this is very, very strange for me. It doesn't appear. Is it halted? No, it's not halted. No, 928. No. So, okay, we'll just trade Carnival as if there was no news. But Carnival Cruise right now, good or bad report. We'll have to get through it. But thank you for that, Brennan, putting a Carnival on our radar. So I'm going to wait for 14. I put an order in already, guys, to break through 1425, which is down here. So let's just wait and see what Carnival wants to do. Might be a long, too. We don't know.
I'm going to get back to one that was, I want to say an easy trade, but it was just looking at a channel here in Macy's that I feel like I can still play at 635 bottom, just looking at the higher time frame. Basically, every time we've gotten down here, it's bounced and giving you a move into 680. That was what we played yesterday. Should have done it every day this week. But going into today, it's kind of the similar story. You see these bounces, you see it pop up. Yesterday, it gave you that move to 680. So as long as we can hold that, I'm going to be involved. I don't want to buy it unless it does a test. You always want to see it test that level. That's what happened all week. So I'll be looking at that again on Macy's today. Neo is sort of bouncing around, but no definitive moves yet between 1550 and that 15 sort of 95 top, that 16 break that we're looking at. Weemy is back under $8. I wish we could short it, but we actually cannot. I think Valeria is going to be on the bell this Friday morning, and we got to get that countdown going. Market is about to open. We're going to be looking very heavily at some of those names that you guys look. It's all about that. It's all about the electric car business, guys. But here comes the market open. 3, 2, 1, and we are open. Let's get going, guys. It's that SPAC. I want to see what happens right away. But Neo, for me, if we can get that dip into 15 quarter right off the bat, I'd love to be able to pick it up. Not much action right now in the first couple of seconds.
No, not much action at all. We do have AMD long as well right now, so that's the one that we should be popping off. We'll see if we can't get that to go. We will look at Luck and Coffee today as well, as that was a big trade for us yesterday. So more to come, hopefully, on that name as we go. But Luck and Coffee bouncing off $4 right now. LKNCY. Oh, too many L's, Sean. That's the problem. PK, I just want to talk about that one because it was just leaving that $4 mark. So watch out for that one, guys. Nice haircut, Neil says Levitate. So there you go. Luck and Coffee heading to the downside, guys.
Thanks, Levitate. Yeah, my barber is back open with all the precautions necessary, so I have a real haircut, not me shaving it. I don't have shorts of WIM. I will see if we can pay for them. We did like this fade through $8. The next level is support. You can see here, not till about 680 and then 750. So we'll see what happens if it gets down there. I'm not going to say when and if, but certainly if it does, that's going to be in play for me. I want to jump back over to our good friend Neo because that is churning through volume on the way back to the upside. So watch out for this 15-18 area heading into that 16 potential break. If it fades off 1580, I think it could be a quick little scalp short, but it's mostly scalps, guys.
Here goes SPAC, guys. We just take a nice little long there, too. 1666, and bang, we go longer again. So SPAC going to the upside. Big trade alert happening right now on SPAQ, 25 cents in the money. Oh, by the way, BABA, bang, bang, bang. It comes out again. So there's the bang for BABA. Straight to the downside. We short 59.50. We short 59s. And now we're at 58.70. So nice little trade happening here in Alibaba. And there it is, another out for you right there. 45-cent win, 50-cent win on Alibaba, 70-cent win on Alibaba, 70 cents plus on SPAQ. Let's go, guys. Oops, we did it again. There it is. Big time winners out of some SPAC. Bang, it's happening already today. It's only 9:32. Let's go.
And we did just see that WIMI get back above 8, so it did make a bit of a break above 8, trying the long, but the bigger long is going to be on the break of Nikola here. That just came up through 55, so a couple of legs into the long side. I'm going to see if we can scalp some off in front of 56 and then ride the train potentially northbound again on Nikola. Remember, it's sort of facing competition. They don't actually have anything just yet, so it was under some pressure, but breaking through that 55 just now, guys.
Bang again, guys. AMD, I mean, 3 for 3 right now, guys. AMD long, 57.55. Okay, we're out of half before 58. That's just a 55. Look at this one, guys. 55-cent winner right here. Alibaba, $2 winner right now on Alibaba. SPAC, 40-cent winner on SPAC. 3 for 3, guys. Let's go.
Yeah, I only got 2 longs. We got that Weemy up through 8. We're in the money, but only about 10 cents now. But we want to see 8.50 to the upside. We did take some out on Nikola, so we'll go roller coaster to the upside of Nikola. We're going to be getting back in on any kind of a dip that we can find. It's all about playing the trend potentially above that 55 mark on NKLA.
Yeah, Valeria, right? This is the woo today for sure. We're going down. Alibaba, nice little trade there, guys. Big time money being made already today. So you can't hold this guy down. We'll just continue to trade and continue to cash in. We're already huge here, guys, today. Look at this. Alibaba, this is $2 in the money now as we continue to flush down. Look, this is why you find us. This is why you watch us, guys. No pants down on this show. I told you 259.50, right? We said Alibaba was going to have some problems here. 259, bang, bang again. You believe in it, and bang, there it is. $2 in the money. We can stop trading now, but then what would you do, right? Let's keep this train going. See how far we can go down on Alibaba. We still got half of this trade on, guys. Woohoo!
Yeah, out of WIMI, that flushes to the downside. Like I said, I wish I could short that thing. We can only go long. It gave you a small win and then a hit. Nikola remains in the money for me, but NEO is absolutely crashing. It crashed right through 25. There was no pullback, but it did just bounce off 15. So it gave you at least a little bit of a dip opportunity here at 15 even. I like the quarters better. It's trying to get back above that price. We've seen what happens on these dip buys on NIO. You want to let it round off before it falls off. The market coming down just a little bit, guys. So yeah, you hope I sold WIMI. I did sell WIMI, and I'd be short if I could, but unfortunately I can't.
Yeah, just a little bit. $3 winner right now in Alibaba. So yeah, the market's coming down, I'd say, that's for sure. Let's hope it comes down a lot. We'll see if Alibaba wants to keep this train going to the north side or to the south side, I guess. And of course, when the market comes down, so does AMD. So we take out half up there, and then now we'll wait to see again. Not a huge position on AMD because it was a pre-market position. We've talked about that over and over. And bye-bye SPAC. SPAC going again. We are back and in the building right now, Brendan. Let's go.
Netflix, guys, moving back to the downside here. It was up a little bit more than this, still up 2%, but Goldman raising their price target to $670 for Netflix, still up 2%, but coming back in a hurry. That WAFU, W-A-F-U, just halted on a volatility halt, guys.
Okay, we better take
watch
some
out for this OGEN, which just took the top off as well. So a bit of an opening range breakout on OGEN. This is on the Amex, breaking through 120. I just dipped in on the break. We're looking for pulls into 110, 112-ish on the way back down to see if we can't get some more shares in there. So back on the radar is this name. We'll see if it can't get to about, through that quarter. There are no actual levels here on the break. You can see on the daily chart, it's already starting to go parabolic.
Yeah, guys, this has been just a monster trade. Look at SPAC, guys. Your boy is back in the building. Long 17. It's at 18.30 right now. Guys, this is a $1 winner right here on SPAC. This is a $3.50 win right here. We did get flushed out of our AMD, though, down here. We took some more at 57, got out on a 57 break. What can you do on that one? But SPAC right now, $1.25 in the money. And by the way, $4 now in the money on Alibaba. I've given you this name multiple times, guys, for multiple penny winners. Let's just keep riding this. This has been a fantastic day, fantastic week. I mean, this just keeps on coming. Look at this. Just keep going down and keep going up, SPAC. You can see the trades on the bottom. This is how we're doing it, guys. Wowzers.
And here comes the test of the low. We get that opening range trade on Nikola. It's trying to bounce off of that low of day, guys. It's 52.50 is the actual bottom in the pre-market, but I'm looking at this double bottom at 53. This is going to be your out at 53 for me, but also looking at OGEN, no reload yet. It just came all the way back. It just missed my dip by pennies. It's going to happen to you sometimes, but it can be a good thing if you miss your entry point. It just means it's going in the money for you. I'm going to start getting some of these shares out if we retest 54 on that Nikola position. 53.60, the current price we do have on that little dip.
Yeah, I loved Nikola breaking that day's high there. We'll have to check that back out in a second as well. What up, B?
Just seeing a big move in Roku here, guys. 2.5%. Just took out day highs here. 154 now for Roku. This little level here, 150 on the nose. Got taken out right at the open, but big time relative volume so far in Roku, guys.
Roku's a monster lately. You've brought that to our attention a couple times, Brendan. Thank you for that. We have to trade it, though, that's for sure. Alibaba, just getting some out here at the bottom. We'll hold the rest and see if that one can be another dream maker, because there it is, another $3 there. So Alibaba's just been monstrous. We did get some out here. We missed this 1850 level on SPAQ. We've been going too crazy, but we are a little bit light here now on this name. So we're going to put another order up here and see if we can't take out 1850 on SPAQ. Let's check out Virgin Galactic. We haven't had a chance chance yet for that. We did talk about it in the pre-market, though. 1894. I did say this name will probably fall back down, so let's give this some room to fall down to the south side there. But wow, guys, Alibaba was just incredible. Follow me on Twitter. I'm going to tweet that thing out soon, guys.
Wow, talk about an absolute save. Seller steps in on Nikola. I step away. We reloaded in front of that 53 and then got out right here at 53.50 and 60, and bye-bye. It's already headed towards those lows. That's to see if we can pay for some shorts. I actually didn't go ahead and check for that because I only wanted to be long originally. The only position I got on was this OGen. I didn't get the dip buy. We were able to add on the way up, not the way down, so I still do have a 121 here long. It just broke the quarters, so it's continuing to head northbound. NEO is right at $15, going back and forth, but OGen, the only long that's in the money for us. I'm looking for a bounce in NEO. Doesn't seem like it's coming. Brendan, what do you got?
Worth watching Gilead here, guys, coming back towards this high from the pre-market. A bit of a chop fest on a daily chart, but decent volume on Gilead after that improved remdesivir data. Guys.
Okay, good for you, Gilead. Yeah,
Saving
we'll wait to see what that one wants to do. Okay, SPAC just continues to go. We're going to wait to see on $18. BABA, we're very, very light on that one. Did it go all the way down to 254? I don't know. That'd be crazy if that was true. But okay, other than that, guys, nothing else for me. Oh, I do have some luck in right now. We are short here, 89s. So we'll see. I don't know if that's going to be good or not, but we're going to wait on luck in short here at 89. That's all that we have on right now. Looking to see if we can pick up some AMD here on that market rebound. Probably should have held that one. Not even sure why we got out. Oh, this is why, because it comes right back down to day's low here. So let's see if AMD can't crack above 57 again, and then we'll look to go reinitiate that long, guys.
And there goes a crack on AAL to the upside. So market coming down, AAL testing that first level at 1125. If it can hold it, it looks like maybe we're going to be a bit bullish on this name today. I wouldn't have loved naturally coming in here and wanted to be long on this name. But here we go through that 1125. There's the break. I missed it being all over both OGEN and Nikola, unfortunately. But we gave this one to you at that break. Instead of UAL, we preferred AAL. In that case, it's going to come up to this 1150 mark. If it turns around, look for that same breakout price to be your dip buy. NEO is holding $15. So the first potential hold and support looks like it could be right here, right now in NEO. This is where I would like to be picking it up, but it's not showing enough strength. So it's just going to be the Ogden party, Ogan, I don't know what I'm going to call this one thing. The OGEN, we'll just stick with that, guys. It continues to run to the upside. I'm just going to be taking legs off every 5-10 cents or so on this move. We got the break at 120. We wanted to add in the teens. We never got those, so we added right back here at 120. It's now up to 130. We'll take some more out here in front of that, and then next leg, 35, 40, 45, 50. That's the name of the game with these.
What about 50, 45, 50, 60? Yeah, what up, Brandon?
Sorrento Therapeutics, guys, 5% on the day. Blasted through 8 even there. There was a bit of an offer, but took it out already at 820. Sorrento, vaccine-related, obviously, on the move today as well, guys.
Gonna be sick about AAL. You've got to be kidding me. I didn't even want United Airlines was American on that break that we wanted for sure. Let's look to see if we can pick some back up here if it comes back down to that 1120, 1125 area. There's the bang, Sean. What do you got?
Yeah, we got Luck and Coffee here, a nice little 12-cent win to start. This was not a crazy, we just shorted in front of 4. So we'll wait to see there. Bang! There it is, out 76 right there. So that's a 13-cent win. We'll take that to the, hopefully not to the grave. We'll see how long this one wants to go down. Can it retrace to 1350 would be kind of nice, but that's a nice little trade we have on right there. We did get some out there on a retracement back down of Alibaba. This has just been such a nice trade for us today. We're huge, guys. I just wish we hadn't taken that AMD trade, but we are coming back now upside. So watch out for this market here, possibly taking out these tops right now, guys. AMD is such a strong stock, guys. We're up near all-time highs, so watch out for that one.
Yeah, watch out for Lemonade. Missed this break here. It just took out yesterday's top, which was actually in the pre-market at 81, and then got all the way up to this 85 level. Keep in mind, 89 is a big line in the sand before you get to that hard reversal it had at $100, guys. We do like this name overall in terms of breakout trades, but you're going to have to watch to see if it pulls back into the 80, 81, or you're looking to short this one in front of that 86 top. Wow, NEO. I keep trying to look at this one and feel like I can buy a dip. You're just not seeing any real consolidation. Now you're looking to see if you get a double bottom here at 14 quarter, 3 quarters. 75s we're talking about here after a $1 drop on NIO. If we do hold this level, we're looking to see if we can catch a bit of a bounce play back through 15 into VWAP and hopefully up to 1550. But I only want to see it retake 15. I'm not jumping in front of the falling sword.
No, I've stayed away from NEO today. It just hasn't been a great stock for me lately, so we will stay away from that one. But okay, AMD, I've already talked about that one. What else have we had on board here? XOM, we talked about some oil early there as well. I'm just going to try to let this Alibaba go, guys. It's $2.50 plus cents in the money right now. It was $4 at one point. XOM taking off to the upside, so not too much interested in that one. Space, Virgin Galactic, 1910, bouncing around, not doing anything. Let's check out our SPAC. We're already out. Okay, back down to 17. So SPAC was a great
Sean,
trade.
watch 1650 because you get that little opening range bottom. If it holds that, it could be another run to the upside. And I don't know that I love the short unless it's breaking through that and then the pre-market low as well. I just got my first entry into NEO here as it retook 15. So I am kind of jumping in front of the sword. I've seen dip buys work, and I'm going to stick to that strategy because it's been overall better than hunting the shorts for me in NEO. So I am looking at SPAC if it can hold 1650. But we're into NEO at 1502. Brendan, what do you got?
Another virus name here, guys. Altimmune back to the upside today. 1, 2, 3 days in a row now on the daily time frame. This thing's been moving higher. 10% already for Altimmune. 19 down here. We're at 22 already for ALT, guys.
All right, I'm going to take 1542s or something on NIO here. This is just back this little level right here. If it wants to take this out, we're going to go long NIO, but until then, we'll probably wait on that one. I don't really want to go short on it, so we'll wait to see what we can do on NIO. But for right now, okay, Luckin Coffee looks like it wants to just chill out. We got some nice outs there to the downside. So Luckin Coffee right there, a nice little try. We're breaking highs here, so you got to watch out for this market as it looks like it wants to go, guys. Our Alibaba has been completely destroyed. This was a fantastic trade. I actually have 10 shares on right now. We dumped everything down here. What a fantastic out. So next to nothing on it, just breaks VWAP. We'll get out if this one breaks back up through 259, our initial spot right there. But Alibaba, the destruction stock of the day, that and Luckin has just been so much money today to start the Friday off. Let's just make sure that we hold on to some of this one as we go. We're going to be very patient with NEO. CCL.
And NEO looking like it was trying to push it, got into that CCL, 10 area. Wow. We took some profit there. We were talking about CCL in the pre-market there, Sean, and of course Brendan coming through. And now it actually moved. So I wasn't really sure what was going on with that. It didn't look like it wasn't reacting as if there was a big move or releasing any earnings, but you're certainly seeing that big push through 15. And wow, now 1560. So Brendan, once again, is always the man. That's what it's all about. That SPAC, now nice bounce off that low, so it does hold the bottom. Now we're looking to be a buyer in that name once again. I'm going to be loading back into NEO in front of that 15 when I can, but it's in the money right now about 7 or 8 cents. I'm looking for 10.15, next leg out, and then from there, hopefully into VWAP at 15.40. We did not get the reload on QGen, but that's still holding in the money. It's basically 121, and that's where we're at. Brendan, what do you got?
Yeah, just a quick update on that CCL. I think there was actually a call that was going on, possibly the delayed reaction for the move in CCL. They also said that they're going to resume voyages in phases, so opening slowly, as we've seen with other companies coming out saying that. But yeah, per share loss was in line with expectation. Revenue slightly, ever so slightly to the upside, guys.
Yeah, and there goes NEO to the upside. You're getting in front of this 15 quarter. We got the 02 long. The next leg will be breaking through VWAP like we see, but I want to make sure we're taking profit all the way up. We anticipate some chop at 1540, 1550. We'll definitely take some more shares out there. It was always going to be a dip buy in NEO for me, and we waited very patiently for this move, and now we've been rewarded for that patience. I'll see if I can get some out in the 30 range here.
Right now,
but there we go, guys.
Yeah, CCL bang that one, 1550, long out some 59s right there. We did talk about that as well. So CCL taking out that top. We did go long, taking out this top at 1550. So that's the position we have on right now. CCL upside, we'll see. Baba's still going downside. So like I said, we're pretty light, so it's nothing to get too excited for on that one. But we'll just try to hold this carnival, man. That report kind of came out of nowhere. I don't know if it caught people off guard there. I'm going to take this bottom wick out if it does happen. 1534. If that wick comes through, then we're going to get out of this trade. Otherwise, let's see how long we can hold carnival. Might not be too long because that out is coming, guys. What'd you
How easy is this Macy's, and why did I not get it? I mean, literally mentioned this one yesterday. It gave you that ridiculously easy bounce every single day off of 635 support. Sometimes it's 650, sometimes it's 640, but it's in front of that level, and then it runs all the way up to 680, giving you a nice, solid 5, 6, 7% winner, whether it's 30, 40 pennies, whatever you want to take out of it. That support is strong, but it can't seem to break through the top. So I might play this in both directions, guys. I might have to sit here and in any consolidation, short it in front of that 80, 85, long it in front of that 35, and then do nothing in between. But Macy's, what a great little move there. I do see NEO coming back to the downside, so we do have to watch out. We anticipated some resistance up around 515.40. That's why we took most of it out. I got a little bit left here. I'm not done with the long. As long as we can hold 15 even, I'll probably reload. But you got to make sure you give it to that low of day. I think that's a reasonable out. I'm not going to be shorting this one. Maybe if we break 14 quarters, I'll think about the short on a breakdown play. But for now, it's just dip buying for me in NIO. Already worked once. Let's see if we can do it again. Brendan, what do you got?
A little shipping company here just breaking through $1. It seems like we have one of these or two of these every single day. A little penny stock breaking through $1. Huge volume going off, 113% here. They've re-upped with a number of their clients when it comes to overseas shipping for the next 5 and 10-year contracts. So good news, obviously, for PSV on huge volume today, guys.
All right, guys, we just tweet this out for educational purposes only. Follow me on Twitter here. Monster trade on Alibaba. If you guys ever want to go back and look at the chart and think about what we took, that's why we're doing this, guys. So definitely follow us. How many followers do I have? I'm trying to get to 5,000, 4,300. Okay, join the club. And I also did want to thank a few people retweeting me today for Follow Friday, I guess. And so thank you so much to everybody that did that today for Follow Friday. Thank you again for the super chat there. Wafu and FedEx. Dr. Williams. So we'll check that out. Dr.
Hey,
Williams,
Sean,
are you a member, Dr. Williams?
That's a good question. Let us know if you remember Dr. Williams, but Wafu with another halt. This one, the downside halt, actually. So do watch out when you see parabolic moves and you finally get a downward halt. Sometimes that can be an indication for some selling or a reason to start going short. And when I see that, I look to the original halt price of an 840. And if we can hold that range, sort of an area stop between 40s and 60s on a reopen that happens up, you want to jump into a short as long as we got those locates, guys. So watching Wafu, which should be open in about 3 minutes, volatility halt, which is usually 5 minutes long. So 9:52 or 9:53, we could have a resumption on WAFU.
Yeah, we fell in the hole there. Oops, what was that? No, nothing. Okay, I thought I mishit something there. We did fall in the hole there on CCL. We tried it. We took a little bit, a third off for 9 pennies, and then fall in a hole here, 15.55 there. We talked about getting out on this break, and thank God we did, because now you're heading southbound on CCL. So good trade, not good trade, but good out there, needless to say. You can win some, you can lose some, but that was not a winning trade, that's for sure. If we break down through 15, maybe, I think I'm going to leave CCL alone. I wasn't expecting that earnings report there, so I'd rather probably leave it alone and reassess. We always talk about knowing sort of who you're dealing with here, and I don't know. I mean, Brendan brought that up there. Revenues beat expectations, so I'm not even sure how that happened. We talked about that, but here it is, $15 break on VWAP. So if you still are holding, I guess I would advise getting out at 15, but I'm already out, so I'll go perfect for the out because it saved myself 40 pennies, but right now, not a perfect trade, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's about reload time for me here as we're consolidating in OGE. And of course, we got some shares out on the way up, 26 and 28 and then 30, hopefully on the way to the next quarter up there. But if you're going to hold the opening range, this is what we're looking to see. If we can't, we're going to dump this in front of 108. I don't feel like holding on to it all morning long. If it tests and consolidates lower, you can always jump back in. That's the value of trading something with 20 million shares and direct market access where you can be an active trader. Callaway, yeah, we think we might do something today. I'd love to be, like I said, I wanted to be short when it broke that 8. I covered my long, but could not reverse. Watch out. There goes Neil through 15. So the last 10% on that dip buy is going to be a loser. I don't know what this thing is going to do. I mean, I didn't want to go short on NEO today, but it feels like it's going to be forcing my hand at some point. It hasn't broken the actual bottom here, so I'm going to pick my spots. If we can bounce off 75, I'll try the long one more time, but it's going to be that 14.75 out for me, guys.
Yeah, we just went short there, breaking. I mean, that was a huge move down. I don't ever like getting in when that kind of a move happens, but we're in. So there we go, breaking through 14.80 there on the downside. We did get into some NIO. Maybe worth holding it until 15. I don't know. I'm just looking out here. What's the top? 1530, 1530. Yeah, probably 1530. So we'll see about holding that and averaging in. But averaging into NIO has not been a recipe for success for me. What's up, Brampton?
Yet another one. Yeah, it happened. Yet another one, guys. FCell moving to the upside again today, 5%, 4.8%. Huge volume spike there through 310 as we broke to day highs. Look at the move this thing's had on a daily chart from 220 now to 320 in the past 4 or 5 sessions. No significant news. There was an offering aftermarket yesterday, but FCell doing volume today, guys.
And there goes low of day. Yeah, I mean, I'm now I said I didn't want to short NEO, but now you got to short it. It's just unbelievable, the price action on this one. Buy to the downside, NEO on this flush.
Yeah, you're telling me, and bang, there it is. Thank you, Valeria. I don't want to hit you there, but there it is. Explosion of money there. NIO, bang. Just wish we would have reloaded that one up to the top side, but hey, just another winner for this guy, ho-hum. Let's just keep going downside on this name. Okay, $2.50 in the money right now on Alibaba. We're looking to take out day's low. Look, it's a Friday. The market might actually fall today, so let's wait to see if that's coming through. We're celebrating our NIO. We are almost out of that one. We still have a third left. I was happy. I'm switched into scout mode. We talked about that, I think, yesterday with Neil about what we're going to try to do on this thing. We're not going to try to hit home runs. That's why the out was up here at 1530, and now we take that profit, and now we can just chillax because NIO, nice little victory right there. What's up, Brandon?
Beyond Meats, guys, to the downside, big time, 6% here. Citigroup initiating coverage with a sell rating on Beyond Meat today. So big flush here, 137 down to 131 for BYND, guys.
So anyone that's asking, it's always stocks that we are trading. Certainly some of the names we see us in are going to be option eligible, but it is only equities that we are in position in right now that you can always see. OGEN, we took the reload, but shallower move to the upside. So each time it's bounced. First time we stopped at 30. This time we're stalling out at about $1.25. For me, you're sort of maintaining that 5 to 10 cent profit range for the first exit, and then the march to the upside. As long as we hold this mid-teen area, we're going to be net long in this one here. I just got on the dip, so the first break, we scalped it. The second half we'll take out. It does feel like, for me, I'm going to wait for this one to settle down. It's only scalp trades. I don't know if you can be sitting there holding anything long term. I've been doing that usually on NIO, but today it feels like in and out quickly is a better play. So I'm going to be dip buying over in OGEN, but now I'm going to be getting into that WAFU. It's reopened. We do have the shorts on WAFU. WAFU, whatever you want to call it. 720 is 725. That'd be the breakdown price. I love the fact that we're holding below this hull price, but I do love 850 is a better area to the downside. So watch for a 725 break. I like much better a short pop into 850 if we can get it.
So the positions, I don't know, what do we have? Long SPAC, that's about to come out, guys. So watch out for SPAQ. The order that I have getting out of this thing is not until a 16 break, but it does absorb that and go all the way back to the upside. So right now, SPAC, we're long 1710. We've already put in we can't lose on it, but we could also lose everything we've made. So if this does break back down through 16, then we will be flat on this trade, but buy, and then this great buy, and then all these outs up here. Unfortunately, we missed that little Robin Hood push there up to 1850. So let's wait to see if that comes back in right now. And then we have NIO on the sell side here. I'm so light in this one now. We'll just probably give it back to VWAP here. It's not a big deal anymore if this one wins or loses. We've cashed in on NIO already. So I said we had a third left. We took some out for flat there. And now we'll wait to see what happens on the downside. I'm going to hold this one for a downside move. We can check out Workhorse. We haven't looked at that yet today. That's over on the NASDAQ, 1614. Wow, 5.5 million shares. Caught me by surprise there. Come on, chart. Hold on a second. Load, and bang, there's a chart. Okay, 1640, top side on Workhorse. What did we get to today? Oh, wow, look at this, guys. That was right where we had resistance yesterday. Right up here, 1640 again. Let's take 1640 long if it breaks 1640 Workhorse, guys.
Yeah, watch for AAL pulling back, and not to my 1125 price, which I'd much prefer, but right here at about 30, 32, it is held that level a couple of times, and we're going to make sure we get some consolidation before jumping in. I don't like to short till it gets below the quarter, but if it actually bounces from this level, level, we're going to be looking to play the breakout long, guys. So Brendan, I do believe, has something for us. What do you got?
Gold price is moving again today, guys. A little teeny tiny gold miner out with earnings yesterday and initial quarterly mining results. GAU on the NYSE Arc exchange up 7%. Monster volume behind this move already. 165 up to 175. I mean, this thing was $1.10 2 weeks ago. So straight upside for GAU, guys.
GAU, okay. And also we'll see about straight upside here for Luck and Coffee. See, my chart didn't change again. Oh, so we did put that order in for Workhorse there at 1540 as a break. I was just looking at this Alibaba trade, maybe 256. It's bounced a couple times. We'll put an order right here, 256.50, see if we can't get out of that one. NIO just bouncing around, but what was that stock I was just on before? Oh yeah, Luckin, 80s right now. So it's just, it hasn't done much. We did short here, cashed out nicely all the way down. We didn't make maximum profits because we were able to get out. Then on the way back up again, we tried to get out this whole way up, and then finally had to pay 87s. So yikes. Not so much. Liquidity is great, 2.5 million, but you got to watch out for your shares and make sure you get the right prices on that one. What else is moving around?
Quick little break on that WAFU. Like I said, I much preferred this one if it gave me the short pulling up into 850. It never did that. It only gave you the bottom break, which to me doesn't have as much juice to it. It's not really shaking anybody out, but we'll take the winner anyways as it gets out, in front of and then behind that 7 even mark. I'll hang on to some shares here to see if there's a bigger move down, but I'd almost anticipate that we do get some kind of a retest back at least to the 775. I'd cover these in the 7/4 range, 730 range, and then look to see if we can get a better price for a short opportunity here. But hey, in the money is in the money, and a winner is a winner. We don't care how we get them as long as they're profitable trades, guys. I'm going to get back into this NEO at some point, but right now I'm seeing it just teetering 85, 90, boring. Weemy, on the other hand, we can't go short, and I'm not going to force long trades, but it's worth saying here, 665, a bit of a level here in the pre-market. We just bounced off that one since the open. If we had shorts here, if I can get those locates, I'll be short through 665 if it ever retests it. Otherwise, we're going to be going long in front on any kind of a replay down into that 665. That will be my stop. It would be a reverse if we get those locates, but for now, it's just going to be a stop on a long. Hopefully, I can pick up in and around 7 even on Weemy.
Yeah, good look there. I see some people talking about SPAC there. Yeah, it did bounce off the open right there. So nice. Let's just see what happens up to 17. We still have VWAP coming through. I mean, this is just kind of going to be like a news-based play. We're pretty light on this. You can see we've gotten out up here off that initial push. Wish we would have had something up to the top side, but we did not. So we'll have to wait to see if it tests again. I do have an order waiting up there. I don't know if it gets that high again, but we'll wait to see. So SPAC right now bouncing around. It's going to need news probably to get going. We are going to dump this one if it does break below 16. We've talked about that as our potential exit. Other than that, man, I'm looking to go long Luck and Coffee, I think, here. We're going to wait to see if it does break through 390 to the upside. Other than that, I don't have anything else going on for me right now. I want to check back, though, in AMD as we go. 5650, not doing anything. Its partner NVIDIA as well. If there's any names, wow, NVIDIA 417.
Sean here, Virgin Galactic looking like it wants to make another run through that 1850 mark. It had what I'd like to call a failed break the first time through that price. It had already come down $1. I was looking for the upside break at 1940, 1950, whichever price you like a little bit better. That didn't come into play, but it's a big hold there. So you watch out for that maybe in the afternoon if you get any kind of a push to the upside. It doesn't look like we're going to get it, as it might be a free fall Friday, as one of our traders on the floor used to call it. But either way, if it gets to that price later on, I do like that breakout. I'm going to be hunting now for a short opportunity if we take out the low of day on Virgin Galactic. It's only down that 5%. We did get a chance to reload here in our OGEN. It's basically been a rinse and repeat story for me. Every time it bounces off of this 115, 116, and we're going to take some out in front of the 125s, maintaining the long position, which I'm likely to be reversing, not here at this 115 level. I'd rather wait till it breaks 108 or so to be in the short party, see if it makes a run down to $1 again. It's a scalp play for me only on that name. WAFU still in the money, but not too big of a move. I want to get you back to Nikola, which, it's been a story of go long on the break, hard reversal, we only get about 30, 40 cents on the win, jump back in front of 53.50, and then get this quick out. It retests the low, which would have stopped me out anyways. So I get out basically flat for a small win, and then stopped out here would have been a little bit more of a disaster. Nikola looks weak today. I'm going to go ahead and see if we can't pay for some shorts, but it's already 10 o'clock, guys. So that means we need to get to Brendan, and happening now.
Hey guys, yeah, 10 o'clock. Let's have a look at North American markets, see how things are shaping up. We are still in negative territory. S&P 0.4% to the downside. You can see we're still holding above 3,100. The Dow 0.16% to the downside. Tech stocks were leading over the past couple of days to the upside. Not seeing that following through again today. So weakness coming in on the NASDAQ side of things, 0.8% to the downside so far for the NASDAQ 100. The Russell's positive. Small caps having a nice day, 0.7% in positive territory. Here in Toronto, the TSX just went red again, 0.09%. Some energy and banking stocks providing a little bit of weakness. Down in Brazil, 0.15% for the BOVESPA. Let's go over and see what is moving around as far as things here in Toronto. Suncor was leading the way to the upside. You can see we're right back down, though. Just broke that 2150. It was trying to hold here at 2150. Breaking to the downside. If some of these energy stocks go red, we could see a little bit of an acceleration to the downside for things in Toronto. Let's go over to the next one here and have a look at Enbridge. Same story. That has already gone red. One more, we'll go to the banking sector. Royal Bank, the only one really holding up as far as anything in the neighborhood of strong today. Came back into 91.75 there, trying to bounce here at 91.75. But good day for banks, energy stocks to the downside so far, guys. A little bit of a red day to wrap things up on a Friday, guys.
Yeah, AAL holding 1130 for now, but you just yelled out the market there, Sean. If this turns American Airlines through that price, I'll probably be taking short through 30 and then adding to it through 1125. I know it's showed a little bit of strength here, but if we participate in this move that you are seeing, NASDAQ leading it, but the ES also trying to follow along here. When that happens, you should see the airline come back in. Still have that WAFU. It's not really going anywhere for us, but NEO again stretching down towards its low. So I'm glad I took my foot off the gas on the long trade. We got a quick scalp short, looking to short some pullbacks. It's only been the scalping for me, but we do have this WAFU, WAFU, whatever you want to call this one, to the south side. To give you guys a target, because I don't know that I did on the last of these shares here. Yes, I got 717 short. If my chart ever finally loads, there you go. I'm looking for about 6.25 as the absolute bottom on this move, but the next leg down would be 650. So if I can catch that 10% return, that's more what I'm looking for. But bye-bye, NEO.
Bye-bye, NEO. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I didn't even notice NEO. Bang! NEO, thank you, NEO. I was too busy trading luck and coffee. We've got this one, 50-cent winner right now for NIO. So yes, sir, that one's a good one. We are trying to get out of this LK trade. That was the problem here. And again, liquidity is a little bit weak on this name. Looks like it wants to go upside. So I will punch out, hopefully here, of luck and coffee. If we can get it, we're trying to get out at 85 right now. We'll see if it takes that order. But yeah, nice one. Yeah, good look there, Neil. NEO heading to the south side right now. Big time trade there for me. We are short right now. 14.79 on this name. So let's just keep this one going to the downside. We did get out of our Alibaba there at this level. So that was okay. Again, small position. No worries on that one. Alibaba, my biggest trade of the day though, guys.
Yeah, watch out for NKLA here. Nicola, been a couple of shakes here, but we're looking to see if we can play a short action. I'm just giving you the higher time frame so you can sort of see this a little bit easier. What we're talking about at that original 54 level. If we hold below this price here, we're going to be bearish on this one all afternoon, well, all day and then all afternoon potentially. That's going to be that sort of line in the sand for me right here at 54. So we'll short into it. See if we get a test of 52, which is low of day. Otherwise, I'm done with trying to long Nicola today unless it's going to be some kind of a top end break. That 55 was a failed break to the upside. We started long. For anyone that was asking, we started long, but then after that, we were only shorting in NIO. WEME, which I got out of, a volatility haul, Callaway. Thanks for pointing that one out to us. And it's back to the upside, WEME. So I did want this one. I actually just had mentioned the double bottom here, 660, and was going to get in on a dip. It never gave you the dip. It's only going to the upside, back to that 8 level. So that was that first line in the sand. We only had wins in the pre-market. The opening trade was a loss to the long side, above 8. Hey, I like it above that 8 price. If we hold that off the reopen, let's go long again on WEME.
Guys, I mean, big trade there. Out some at 30 there on NIO. So there we go, guys. What a move for NIO to the downside. Thank you to Neil for bringing that up. We're able to do well on that one. Okay, we get out of luck and coffee here with no damage, but not really moving. We'll check back on luck and coffee when it finally wants to move, and who knows when that'll be. So we'll wait to see there. Luck and coffee coming through again. Our SPAC is now 15 pennies in the money. So we'll wait to see here. We're long at 17.10. It only ever went against us, about 70 cents down here. But again, we're pretty light. We did talk about it coming back to VWAP. Let's wait, guys. I'm waiting back up here, $18. Let's see if we can get some SPACness going on there. Brendan, what's up, bud?
One from the rail operators group. We don't talk about these a lot, but GBX in New York here, 16.5%. Decent volume behind this move as well. Another one with earnings pre-market this morning. Just broke 25 there on a decent volume spike. Trying to hold right now as support. Decent looking daily chart. Typically thinly traded, but decent relative volume today for GBX, guys.
I'm looking at this SPAC and sort of noticing here that you do have what's forming into a bit of a downward trend. I hate to be the bear on this name. So below that 1750, I think we're still in that. If we can't break through, I think retaking it at 17 isn't a horrible idea just for a quick little scalp short. If you like that into maybe a bigger trade at the low of day, if you get it, so we'll sort of short through 17 and then you only give it to that 1750. You get some out in front of that 75 area, but you got to have a tight stop and you're taking profit all the way down. It is a high flyer, and above that 50 price, it's hard to see it break that and not make a test of that top. So SPAC, we know the story here. There will be more to come on that might not be until next week. So if you're bullish on it, none of those levels mean anything if you're holding this for the eventual news that maybe they do get that that deal, guys. So Fisker, obviously a big deal. We'll see if that does come through next week, but that has nothing to do with necessarily this day trade here.
Okay, Luckin Coffee back to this 90 level again, guys. So this could be a punch through. We will wait to see if it goes. We'll try to take it with momentum through here, through 90. We'll have a look here on Luckin Coffee if it wants to go. We'll try to smack that one. But I heard that we're ready for bread, and if we are, we can throw it. If not, we'll stay here. Are we ready? Sure, Brendan, what's up?
Guys, just hearing that some iOS apps currently down, including Pinterest. And this one, Spotify, not a huge move on Spotify today. It's actually basically flat, pretty disappointing volume as well. But if you have a look at Pinterest, big flush to the downside, 3.6% to the downside. Almost got to 26 there, but trying to bounce here for pins, guys.
Another setup looking very eerily similar to what I just saw in AAL. Looking here, of course, at Occidental, bouncing off the 3/4 top and rounding out towards this 1640, 1675 range. If we break below, it looks like it's going to be a heck of a short to follow along with the market. Whenever you see this type of a bounce and then at this time of day between 10 and 11 o'clock, that consolidation at the top end of the range. Watch out for a top end break. So, get your order ready, locked and loaded. If you're bullish in this name, 1671 would be the long to the upside. Just make sure if you're trading Oxy, you follow along with what's happening in crude oil, guys, because that's always going to be the leader. We had first a win, and then now we're going to get flushed on our reload in OGEN. And when I say flushed, I mean flushed here. I'm really looking to go short. I want to see us test 108. However, I think it's more likely we consolidate around this range. We reloaded 1, 2, 3, 4 times to the long side. We had multiple outs, taking it out shallow, more and more shallow each time it took that level, but now it breaks those teens. So I'm out of the long on OGEN. Just looking at that WAFU short, which is going absolutely nowhere. NEO pull back into 15 could give us another trade though.
Yeah, I would not like NEO to pull back into 15, but look at these outs, guys. Nice little out here at 52, nice out at 30. We did put another bid. I thought we got it in the 40s, but we did not. So NIO right back to the upside here. We're very, very light on this one. I'm just going to make sure I don't have any orders here still pending. No, I got to cancel that NIO order. And this Workhorse. Oh, yeah, let's check out Workhorse right now. WKHS here over on NASDAQ. $16 and change. We were waiting for it to take out this top. Obviously, with the market moving, really surprised this hasn't gone upside yet. So we'll wait to see on this name. But the ES now bouncing off nearly that 3120. We've talked about 3120 lots of times on this show. Come on, SPAC. Let's get going, buddy. We have an order up here in the 70s somewhere. So we're going to wait to see if that one can go through. Right now, 35 penny winner on SPAC, 7 penny winner on NIO right now, which was 40. We did take that out. And then right now, Luckin Coffee, we are long 92s. I don't know. It's just sitting right here. Going to wait for a break of 4. That's kind of what I'm hoping for, but it doesn't look like it wants to do that. Luckin Coffee right now. We'll chill out. We've already made a nice little trade on the short side. Bumbled a little bit down here, paid some fees, and now we'll wait to see if it wants to take this out top side. Maybe we'll take half out for 2 pennies, but I do think we can get to $4 here today at some point. But that's Luckin Coffee, guys. NIO heading back to the north side, Neil. Wow.
Oh, I'm sick about this, Weemy. I actually temporarily forgot that I couldn't short it. So it opens back up and could not hold that 8. And then I sat there and I'm like, bang, bang. And I'm like, why do I not have shares short of? That's right, because I don't have locates on this one. So again, I'm not going to force the trade long, but I got to analyze what we're looking for earlier. This 850 level we were talking about, if we can break that to the upside, holding that 8, that'll give us the run to the maybe the top that we saw. It did make a strong move before that halt, but it's not a good sign that we're not able to hold $8. That was the line in the sand earlier. That's the level that I identified first. I still have my 665 stop. If we can hold that, I will go long in front of it again, maybe between 685 and 7 even. Other than that, it's an 850 break, but it's also 810 or 1010, and that means we need to get to Brendan for some upgrades and some downgrades.
Hey guys, yeah, we'll give you a few more names to have a look at so far this morning. Decent moves on this side of the board. You can see Fastly, a name that we've been dealing with over the past week or so. To the downside, it has been very, very strong, but downgrade for Fastly. I want to mention this one, Wells Fargo, nicely positive. Gave you a great move if you saw that off of the open this morning. Comerica Bank as well, 1% to the upside. Harley Davidson pretty flat after a couple of upgrades today as well. Pretty muted on this side of the board. KeyBank not really doing a heck of a lot. Multiple upgrades on that name. Let's have a look at Wells Fargo here. If we can, yeah, 2.8%. Nice move through $24. So we got above 24 right before the open, kind of held that as support, and then just straight upside after that to 25. Almost got to 25 there, pulling into 24.50 now. But Wells Fargo, really the entire banking sector, providing a little bit of strength so far today, guys, offsetting some of the weakness elsewhere, guys.
You know what? Yeah, that's a good point there. Why have we not looked at banks today? I don't know. I was looking at Wells Fargo earlier, and it was dipping down quite low in the pre-market. So we'll check out Wells Fargo in a bit. Look, this Luckin Coffee again, we go long 92s. It's back down here. There's some size here, and we'll see some 86s there. We're trying to get out now 87. So this is another loser on Luckin Coffee. We basically just hit it for the beginning here. Now we've lost. So we have basically one winning trade, and the rest have just been pretty sloppy to the upside here. So, you know, nothing really to look at here for Luckin Coffee, but it just hasn't traded that well. We were on it yesterday. Me and my boy Greg over there made tons of money on this one. So we'll wait to see. We're not going to give any of that back. Don't get that twisted. But right now, Luckin Coffee, we just got out there, some at 87. We'll wait to get out the rest as we start getting part filled up here, and then we'll just dump that trade. But SPAC, I wanted to bring that to everybody's attention, and there it is. Hit the air horn, guys. SPAC with the nice little winner. That's a 48 penny winner there off of that long. Now it shows us in our last long, which is right here, 1754. So SPAC's been obviously a big winner for us today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the show. Lots of winners today. And yeah, Alibaba off the open was a monster for me. So really happy on this one. That was a big trade. We gave that to you at 9 o'clock. Hope you guys hit that with me. Monster time.
Yeah, quick scalp on NIO. But the other thing that's happening is Weemy's trying to hold 7, not 665. I still love that level at 665. I prefer the long in front. But if we get enough consolidation at 7, I think we'll look to make a tighter stop long on the secondary push here. I'm going to be trying short pops, I guess, in NIO. You just talked about SPAC there, Sean. You want to see, like, ideally, you'd want to see it break through this pre-market top at 1790, but it has made that test of that sort of 75-80 range right now. If it can hold above this 50, I think that's a nice little base for the long trade in SPAC. But right now, it's the NEO pullback that I'm going to look to see if we can play. We got one scalp. I'll try another one here. Breaks 15, like I said, that's going to be a line in the sand for me. Brennan, what do you got?
Mover from yesterday, BGFV, Big Five Sporting Goods, 9% again today. We did come off right at the end of the day, and in the in the aftermarket yesterday, it popped right back to that high from yesterday. But we opened at 260, back to 290 here for BGFV. Decent volume just coming into this one as well, guys.
Okay, we traded that yesterday. Yeah, that was a big.
Literally one of our best stocks.
Yeah, big trade for me yesterday, guys. BGFV, multiple. I mean, we took a $1 short on this one yesterday, which was a monster. We did have that short early right here, guys, breaking 350 yesterday and then out down here. I tweeted all about that as well. So that's going to be a good trade. Let's see if that one wants to take out 290 to 295 or so. I'm not super excited about some of these winners, or sorry, some of these smaller names right now. It's Friday. It's 10:15. Kind of feel like some of these moves are already done. Might be better to go over to like a bank, like Brendan was talking about, or we will revisit also Alibaba soon as well. We'll check back in Mr. Softy in a minute as well. That's at all-time highs, well, was at all-time highs before obviously falling down that 1% today. But again, some of these charts, man, is just pretty sloppy today, back, forth, and around. You don't get any direction other than right off the open here on some of these names. And of course, you guys know that we had Alibaba off the open. But yeah, right now, not much happening. We're going to look to make something happen pretty soon.
Yeah, Sean, I just did a quick reload on the NIO, and I've been saying it's going to be mostly a scalp style trade. So as I get some 80s, you are going to see me take some out at 71. You'll probably see me take some out in the 60s as well. And again, you sort of get into this pattern where it makes a hard turn to the downside, right? So after a failed long, couldn't hold the bottom, we reverse to the short side, take some outs, and then it makes a hard turn at 14.25. Yeah, we've seen NEO do this before and then turn into a bit of an uptrend. That's why if you want to be profitable while maintaining the short, sometimes you got to take off those quick little profits to maintain the core position and then still have a line in the sand at 15 even. Make sure you got that one in there. I am seeing WeMe do what I was kind of hoping it wouldn't do. And again, it's not because I don't want to go long in the stock. It's just I'd rather be long in front of 665 than 7 even. But it is now holding the 7 even mark. That looks like the first line in the sand. I'm going to give it one shot in front of 7. It's going to be a tighter stop. I'll like it again in front of 665. But I'm going to give it the shot on the way back. Upside here, only risking about 20, 25 pennies or so with a relatively tight stop, and then see if we can't get back up to 50s, 60s, take some out, and go back up to $8. I would have liked this to happen at 665, but that's not what it did.
We just took some out on NEO, so right there again, we'll floss that off again. NIO got some out there, 66. Now we'll just hold our small little spot, see if we can't get back into the 40s on NIO. So that's a good trade.
So now you did it for me there because I actually didn't have another order down there to say get out at 60 like I just said I would. So take some more shares out there at 60. Like I said, scalping NEO looks like it's pretty easy this morning.
Yeah, and NIO's going. And Luckin Coffee also, we're long 87s, waiting to see if we can get out some 89s here. So we'll wait to see on that one. Could take 1 penny now, but we'll wait to see. Luckin Coffee, just trying to take scalp, small scalp, 2 pennies. See if we're back in the scalping game. I don't know if there's any big moves happening. I thought we were going to go to 4. Once that didn't happen, I guess it's scalp city here for Luckin Coffee. What up?
Royal Caribbean, guys, RCL, another one we were talking about, CCL, obviously, but this one, RCL, holding up very nicely. Rejected here at 49, though, just trying to break to the downside. Watch 49. If we can get back above that, nice move. Overall in the daily chart, though, looks pretty ugly until we're above $50 on RCL as well.
Ooh, RCL. You know, we got to look at CCL. We did take a look at oh man, this is just disgusting to me. Look at CCL here, guys. It's just, come on, CCL. Look at this, just ding, 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 ding. Nothing happening here. This is how you lose on a stock, in my opinion. You take the break out there. You know me, guys. I'll take that every time. And then we get out, and then now look, chop, 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 chop. So we have to break this level right here, guys. I think 1490 to the downside here. I do like it though, breaking through 15, sorry. But you need to have this little spot right here. This is a bunched up zone. So we'll see if we can't break that. If that happens, that's 1497. Then you have this top 1490. So I'm a 1490 kind of guy here on CCL, guys.
And going back to that Macy's, of course, we've been talking about that range trade all morning or all week long. Well, it's been putting it on. I didn't get it off the bottom, but I did mention we can take this one off the top as well. And you look at the high here at 677. It's just sort of worth understanding that it's been a little bit higher, the top end. 80, 85 has been that high. So if you are going to take that short, you do want it a little bit closer to the 75, 80 range just because you know it can go through, test 690, and still be within that week's range, guys. So give it a little bit of room. I know when you're taking the long, it can be like 640s or so in front of that 35, or 650s was successful yesterday. So either of those I like, but a little bit more picky on that short trade. NEO, my gut is telling me here, Sean, to take 25 pennies and run on it, because this was a time of day when it kind of did a little bit of a reversal on me. So I'm going to stick to what I said I would do, which is scalp, scalp, scalp over here in NEO. It did put in that bottom at quarters. I feel like if it's going to break 1450, there'll be another scalp trade in there for you. If it pulls back up to 15, as it holds a tighter and tighter range, I want to make sure my short price is better and better all the way up. That's what I was doing all afternoon. That's how you make sure you don't get burned. Of course, that breakout long in the afternoon did burn me. Imagine that. I was long on a breakout, won $1, and somehow I managed to take a hit on it, 20-cent hit. It is what it is. It's going to happen to you when you have a stop.
Yeah, and that is the problem here. We're trading a lot of stocks and doing a lot of different things. And guys, remember, the one thing here is Neil and I, we all trade our own accounts, right? It's Neil could have 1,000 shares, I could have 100, vice versa. It's just one of those things, guys. Manage your own accounts accordingly. Like, again, if you want to scalp it, like Neil was talking about, fantastic. You want to hold it, fantastic. That looks like the right out down there, 1456. Wow. Now it just bounces right back to the north side here. Pretty happy with Luckin right now, though. We did take some out. We did take some 87s long there, and we take some out 89, then some out 90s. Now we'll see if we get 91s again for Luckin Coffee, but we had held this one. This is where it had a problem before. I still think we can get a run to 4, but we have been taking some out on the way up. What up, Brian?
Yeah, we did that one already, but we'll do small caps this time. That was upgrades and downgrades. Here we go. A little bit of a review, guys. A few small caps that we were mentioning in the pre-market moving around today. SPAQ, we've been talking about it. Yeah, a bit of a chop fest here. 18 on the top, 16.5 on the bottom. 16 really, the wick to the downside, but did give you a little long above that high, that little high in the pre-market all the way up to 18 if you caught that. Really hasn't done much otherwise. I mean, yesterday was pretty impressive from 10.5 to 15. Today we're at 16 to 18. So we'll see what happens if we can get above that 18 high. Maybe you get another push later in the day for SPAQ. Let's go over to the next one here and have a look at Sorrento. Nice long above that $8 wick in the pre-market. We gave you a decent opportunity catching that 810, even 815 up here. Went all the way to 850, but look at this, right back down. So now if we start holding below this $8 area, kind of consolidating in a channel here and then breaking to the downside, might be worth a shot at the short for SRNE. One more, and then we'll get back to the guys here. AIHS, one of those kind of second, third day play type of ideas here. Pretty stress-free. 170, 175 area. If you go out to the daily time frame, huge resistance. Never even got there this morning. Broke all the way down to 125. I mean, not a huge trade, but very stress-free, as we like to say. Trending to the downside today on decent volume as well. So give you a shot at the short. Guys, back over to you.
Just a new position alert here. We'll hit the air horn. We are into, no, not NIO. What am I doing? We are into CCL there. A little short there, 98, breaking through 15. I'll take 15 breaks pretty much all the time. So we take that one. And then 94s, I think. Yeah, 94s was our out there. So quick 4-penny scalp, but we still have the majority of this position. We just took a little bit out there. We're going to give it back to 15.10 right here. That's VWAP. We've been wrong on Carnival here already once today. It's pretty much one of our own. It's our only losing stock today. Oh no, AMD we actually wound up losing on as well. So CCL we are short right now. AMD's our only other loser today. It's been a big one, man. SPAC, we're in the money. Well, we're out of the money right now, but this has been a big trade for us. You guys have seen that today. NIOs have been a monster for me today. We're very, very light on that one. We're just playing around with some shares right now.
Yeah, it's coming back up, which means I've reloaded once again in NIO. And it's going to be the story for me. Is it keeps rubbing up towards that 15 mark, but not quite getting there. We'll dip into another short here in the mid 80s, but I think Brendan's got something for us. What do you got?
Is Roku going again here? Just coming up on a day high alert here. 157 got taken out there on decent volume. Yeah, we were talking about this way down here, 152.50. We're at 157 for Roku, guys.
That's unbelievable. I was looking at that and I didn't put that order in. That's completely my bad on that one. But we just did get out there of our Carnival back down there. Let's just check out Roku, Neil, quickly. I'll give you guys my opinion as Brendan's up there on the board as well. I see Brendan took a nice little trade there. What a surprise that is. But here we go, guys. 156. Yeah, 157 was a fantastic break there. Roku, guys, look at the daily chart here. This stock has just been going nuts. I say that all the time. I don't know anybody with a Roku, but up to 180 again. And I know our production team, Rob, was looking at this one sub 100. Now you're at 160. So, Rob, there's a 60% return there for you when GICs, I think, are paying negative. So there we go. Roku straight to the upside right now. Look, I don't have any Roku either, guys. So that's a tough trade. But what's up, Miss V?
Hey Sean and hello everyone. Welcome if you joined us for the first time. Please subscribe to this channel and join our live trading show every day at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Also, thank you everyone who joined our membership. Guys, we appreciate your support and welcome to the family. You can find join button right next to subscribe. And please smash the like button. There are 4,000 viewers right now and we don't even have 500 likes. Guys, please like this video now if you haven't yet. I'll see you later. Back to traders.
Thank you very much. And back to traders, back to American Airlines, which is trying valiantly to hold below that 1130 mark. It just can't seem to do it. I want to be short this name. It's not giving me the chance to do it just yet. That NEO, I actually think I'm going to take this one out very, very close to flat. I'm looking at this scalp. It's a mid-80s trade. I took it at 83. Probably should have got 85 or 86 if I'm being more honest with myself and executions. But it's rubbing up to that 90. It does feel like a test of 15 is imminent to me, and the floss already. Are we getting the floss already, Valeria? Did we hit 1,000? No way. I don't know why we got that floss already, but American Airlines, if it can't break down towards that 25 to 30 range and give me an entry inside that with some consolidation, it won't be a short. I'm going to quickly get out of that last NEO trade for just a small hit there. It's only going to be about a 5 cent move. We've been taking 5, 10, 15, 20 for wins. I don't want to be losing more than 5 or 10 cents. If I'm going to be scalping it, that's just a risk reward to me. It feels like it's going to give me a 15 test at some point, but I still want that American Airlines. If we roll back over these futures, it seems like they're going somewhere, but it's actually sideways action. So you don't want to force anything until we get a rollover in American Airlines. It's probably going to follow the market a little bit, and I'm going to follow along with what Brennan has to say right now.
Just seeing this clean spark. We were talking about this one yesterday. Big move yesterday on some EV battery news. So they got a big contract for recycling batteries and also manufacturing on the battery side of the electric vehicle space. But yeah, CLSK down today, but just popping up on a volume scanner there, guys.
NIO 1510. You know, oh, that's CCL. We're going to get out of CCL here in a second here. It should be out soon. Oh, there we go. Yeah, sorry, we got out a while ago, right at that break point there. So I was looking at NEO and CCL, and I like 1510 on both of those. So we reversed it along again. CCL is a winner. I mean, this was a win. We got out all the way down here when it did crash back down. Again, we're never going to trade these things against the futures, especially Carnival Cruise Lines or any of the airlines and things like that. So use the futures as a forward indicator for some of these names, because you don't want to, like any good news in virus cases or anything like that, economies reopening, stuff like cruise line news. We had ADA yesterday, the German cruise line for CCL had some news. So you got to be very, very careful. And then apparently they had earnings, right, Brendan? So we'll have to wait to see what happens here with Carnival. We like it back up here to 1530. That happens, we'll take some out. Otherwise, man, I'm just going to dump this through 15 again. It's been a fun one, but not having any fun losing money. So we don't want to trade this one for too much longer, guys.
Oh, Thomas, you're trying to tease me into shorting Roku, are you? Look, I do like some of these extended moves for some pullback trades, and it's all joking aside here, guys. I do like some of those pullback trades. I tend to prefer not to do it in something like a Roku, which is continuing to have a big time push in volume. It's got to actually rub off a real level for me. There aren't levels up here that I can play from, so I actually have to see consolidation first. It can't just be a round number. If we do start to roll over at a top of 160, maybe I jump into something off of that high of day. It just hasn't happened yet. I mean, it would have been more appealing to try something when it was trying to get through 157. Yeah, you would have given it a shot, lost 50 cents to $1 with about $2 worth of upside. But Roku is entirely too strong. It hasn't shown too many signs of a pullback, at least in the secondary move that it's making right now. Maybe 160, but I got to see it get there and trade first. I'm not just going to throw an order there and jump in front of that, I don't know what I would, jump in front of the train, let's call it, rolling through on Roku. Oxy here for me is a similar thing to American Airlines. I'd like to be playing the short and a break. It can't seem to break down, so it ticks below that 1640. Goes a couple of pennies and can't go anywhere. There's no continuation of that move. If it ever does a continuation, I'm going to be shorting Occidental. NEO.
Yep.
Whoo! Hide your kids, hide your wife. I said, don't let me get fooled on NIO today. So the reason I started scalp mode was that we got tricked a couple of times. At least I got tricked a couple of times by digging in too deep. I just got out of that last trade basically flat, and there's a test of 15 like we thought might happen. Our one long, this is where it terminated. We got out top wick at 31. So that's kind of an interesting spot for me because 1540 was a little flush point in the pre-market. If it can't break through there the first time, I'd expect to bounce back into 15. Maybe you can dip buy into that trade if you like it. Watch out now for a 1530 break and another retest of the high. We've seen NEO do this time and time again. Big sell-off in the first hour, hour and a half, and then bouncing back to the upside. So if that's the key, 1530 break or turn back into 15 even long in front of that one. That's how we're going to play it. Scalp, scalp, scalp. If you got the trend trade on in NEO and you can read it, good for you. I like the quick in and out to pile up that cash.
Yeah, pile that cash, yeah, that's for sure. 1485 here, we'll get out. Okay, 1511, we're already long. So Neil just did all of that talk for levels, good. But we're long right now. We took that long breaking through here, 1510. We did talk about that before. Got to get through some of this garbage. It's probably a better break up here, 1530. But hey, if that happens, we're already long 1510. So we'll dump these again back near this little level here, 1490. So who knows? We'll see what's happening on that one. But look at this one. Cowbell alert. We talked about CCL, so now we're back in the business. We take a VWAP long up here. Bang, bang, bang. Out 23. So nice little win. Thank you, CCL. So that's a chicken dinner winner right there. Out ahead of 25. Good little trade there on CCL. So let's keep that one moving to the upside. That's an 11-cent winner on right now. NIO is a 1 cent winner, so we're not going to look at that one. And then SPAC, whatever. That's just bouncing around. Those are the positions we have on. I did want to try to get into that Roku, but for right now, it's not really moving around. Ooh,
so a bit of a break happening in a Virgin Galactic here space. We're talking about this one hopefully forming a bottom. It never actually took out the low, so that's a good sign for the bullish play. We also mentioned a 1940 break, but here you see it get back above this VWAP. I take the break at 1885. And now we're going to make this run to this 1930. Now, because I like the breakthrough 40-50, you will see me exit this trade shy of that high every time I have a level up where I'm going to be adding on a break or taking a break trade. If I run into it, fade into that trade, I'm going to take profits on the way up to it because we know we have a secondary entry anyways. We also have Brendan. What do you have for us there, buddy?
A little bit of news on Altria, guys. Yesterday, they came out with some emission targets that were a little bit lagging for the market. I think we had a big down day yesterday, all the way down to 38.50, but right back up today to 39.75, $40 up here, a decent level. Just breaking day highs here on MO, 3.5 for 3.25% already from Mo, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, just took that first leg out on our good friend. Oh, I shouldn't say our good friend. We haven't traded in a while, Virgin Galactic, so we'll faucet off there, looking for a pullback to get some more in the quarters, and now looking for this little pullback here in NEO. I would have liked to see it test 1530. I mean, it got to about 15 or so, but it came back here to what was my out in the short, about 1490. If we consolidate in this range, I think you can start scalping to the long side. For me, that would be 85 to call it 15 even entry points, and we still like that 1530 is a bit of a target. So I'm going to start my trend reversal where we're scalping longs in NEO instead of shorts, but there goes Virgin Galactic. Still room to get into this one on the way to that hopefully 1940 break.
Yeah, exactly. Virgin Galactic, great break there. I missed that one. Yeah, 1890 or so. Good little break there. But CCL just keeps going, guys. We just got out of some more up there at 23. Again, looks like it's having a little bit of a problem here. I'm going to hold the rest until 1540 now, going to the upside. We still do have NIO. And yeah, like Neil mentioned, that's dropping back down. Our out was down here, 1490. That has not come into play yet. We're still positive. We're decently positive on this stock today. So we're not going to give everything back. This is not a big, huge position. Should have probably had it here at a break of 15 instead of this high spot. We do have some consolidation up here. I think it does need to break, guys, at least here, 1530, if it's going to do anything. But right now, NEO, and yeah, not a good trade there for us on that one. So we will fall in a hole a little bit on it. But I mean, we're still in it, and it's only out of the money here, 10 pennies, so it's not the end of the world on that one, but we always do want big time winners for you guys, and it's been a huge day and a huge week for us. But Roku, guys, just continues to march higher. 159.30 is the day's high. It's up 6%. Brendan gave us this one a hell of a long time ago. We should have taken that back here, and then it, consolidate. Like, I mean, there's just so many levels here. Consolidation break, consolidation break, consolidation break, consolidation right here. Let's see if it breaks again to the upside. What is this? 159 even. Not a bad spot. We'll probably test that right now. 159 even on Roku, guys.
Yeah, I mean, Lemonade just keeps on going. I'll get to that one in a second, but I want to get you back to MATX. I did briefly mention this one in the pre-market, about a 35 area top break on this name. It didn't quite get there, so there's no breakout trade. The volume never actually came in either, so it's only done 400,000 shares. It's still sort of on the radar for the short term in case case you get a pop, but I need to see a volume spike in addition to that run through the high of day. Otherwise, I'm not going to be terribly interested in that name. But Lemonade, on the other hand, wow, wow, wow. Once again, another break to the upside on this stock, 13%. We gave out some levels and missed some trades on this one. But let's keep in mind here, we talked about that hard turn that it made on the first day. It got to about $97, and then it was just an absolute, I won't call it death spiral, but big time pull back in, and you did see it come all the way back into 60. So it was a hard reversal. I'd anticipate a turnaround shy of that high. So I'm not thinking that it's going to get as high as 97. And in that case, I'm looking for a reverse here. If it's going to be at 88, I'd much rather short this name on a break of 87 than take something like a Roku, guys. Brendan, what do you got?
OGEN, you guys were talking about this briefly there. Just a day high alert coming in here on a huge volume spike for OGEN Orogenics. They basically shelved everything they were working on and are going to put all of their efforts into creating, guess what, a vaccine for COVID-19. So they had a whole bunch of trials that they were doing. They put all of those on hold to work on a vaccine for COVID-19, guys.
And again, guys, we do this, take it out, swing the stick, 159. We talked about that break. Bang, 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 50-cent win right away on Roku. Who wants 50 cents in 20 seconds? This guy. So nice little win there on Roku. Hells to the yeah. Oh, yeah, by the way, CCL. Bang that one out, guys. There it is. Superman is in the building. Lots of winners on right now, guys. 40 cents on Roku. CCL right here, 25 cents on CCL. Let's see if Roku wants to keep going, Brendan. Oh, yeah, Neo, by the way. Look at this pickup, guys. $14.95. Right back to the upside. We're now in the money on this guy. Let's go, Neo. Wow.
Yeah, Neo working to the upside. I haven't taken anything yet until it breaks 15.10 to the upside, but once it does, I'm going to start taking those scalp trades out. It's that 10, 15, 20 cent sort of a trade that we're looking for. I got 15.01 to the long side, and there is the break, so I can go ahead and hit that bid, or hit that bid to catch out of that one. Look, we like Neo. I like it for scalps. I don't necessarily want to be sitting there not taking profit. Now I'll be buying every single dip into 15 and then taking the long break at 15.30. That was that leg that we mentioned briefly. But there we go, another winner on NIO, and there's a, whoa, that was fake size. I just saw a 200,000 fake size seller at about 20. I'm gonna take it off at that 20 mark. We know we have another reentry coming in on a pullback to 15 where we just got that long, or 15.30 break. So guys, we gave you the range. There it is, Neo chopping right through it and giving you these continual ranges, guys. We got that 14.85 area short to be able to take it out in the 60s. Wow, we got out at 85, now back into 15, and here comes 30, the level we mentioned a couple of minutes ago.
Guys, it's falling down money right now, guys. Just everything is huge for your boy right now. CCL, nicely in the money. Long right now, bang, that to the upside. NIO, you want to reload? You want to reload? Down there, 14.95, guys. There it is, straight to the upside. And Roku keeps going to the upside as well. Long 159.10. We just cashed out 50s and 60s. We're going to wait to see, though, what this one wants to do. It just cracks down below 159 again down there. So this one not going, but everything else moving upside. So great trading here today, guys. Hope you're enjoying the show. This has been absolutely fantastic day. Alibaba is my new best friend. This was a monster trade off the open. Ding, 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 ding. All these outs because the market just opened up here, guys, when this happened. It was just flushed back and forth and around. So happy to get these bottoms of the day there on Mr. Alibaba. And Neil always says you're a good friend, but this one definitely is my good friend. If you see Alibaba come around, hide your kids, hide your wife, because I'm all over this thing. What up, B?
Car here, guys. Avis Budget, a little bit of a positive day here, 3.6%. Not a bad look. 28 bucks up here, a decent level on a daily time frame. But they came out today and announced a new deal or some health arrangements that they're working on in efforts to get things back open and working once again for Avis Budget locations. So they teamed up with Lysol. They teamed up with a couple of different companies as far as post-COVID, post-pandemic cleaning and safety measures are concerned when it comes to car rentals, guys.
Okay.
Good look there. Just update you guys on Virgin Galactic. Of course, we took that entry on the break. It got above that 1885, that VWAP area. So we got 88s to the long side. We did take that first leg out when it broke 19. Got it at about 1905, 1906. It's rounding out and coming back in. I do have a bit of a bid to try and catch a bit of a falling sword here. If it does want to put in a higher high, another higher low, I want to catch any pullback I can get. I'm getting out in front of 1930. We're re-entering that trade on a 1940 break. So if we get a 1940 break on space, we'll be all out of this 1888 long and looking for a re-entry. We're also going to be buying dips as it's continuing the upward trend. Relative strength, I like it, guys. Lemonade, it doesn't look like it wants to break back to the downside. Just to keep in mind, I am going short an 87 break if we can get it. But the consolidation has broken top end. Lemonade, I think it turns if it tries to make a run at that 100. I think it's going to turn at some point, and when it does, I want to be net short.
Guys, I just want to remind everybody, follow me on Instagram if you get a second to it, if you have an Instagram account. Today's quote right here, swimmer. Right, so I don't know, nice little graphic there. Persistence can change failure into extraordinary achievement. You got to be persistent. I mean, if you're going to give up on trading early on, then you're never ever going to win. So let's see if you guys agree or disagree. But I have a few kind of cool quotes on here coming through, but yeah, it's big time. There's some Caesars there, some highlights from yesterday. Oh, nice, 102 likes and 11 comments now with me and my dad. So you want to see something a little more personable, behind the scenes kind of stuff? Here we go. Follow me on Instagram at TraderTV Sean. Some sneak peeks here, a highlight from when we had 50K subscribers. So definitely Instagram, guys, give me a follow there, as well as Twitter. Right now, we have a lot of followers now, 4,300. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We've tweeted everything today, especially Nio's been a big trade. And then Monster here for Alibaba. So try to follow us all on Twitter. There's a bunch of us doing that now. And make sure you hit the like and the subscribe. Wow, CCL, guys. I know we're ready for Brendan, but roller coaster today. CCL, look at this long. We go short and out, we reverse to the long, and now bang it to the day's high. Your boy doesn't stop, and neither does this guy, so we say da-da and throw it over to Brendan.
Hey guys, yeah, we'll have a look at the overall S&P 500 and see how things are shaping up at this point this morning. We are positive 0.2%. Nice looking board here. However, focus your attention on this group right here, information technology shares, offsetting the entire market at this point, limiting this number to just 0.2%. Otherwise, if some of these started going to the upside, we'd see a much bigger move in the overall market because everything else really nicely positive. Energy stocks here, all in positive territory. MPC, HFC, and Devon, all 3+%. We have material stocks higher. We have consumer staples, all in positive territory. There's that Altria, 3.3% we talked about. Tyson Foods, yeah, I saw that, 3.3%. No news on that today, but nice looking move for Tyson Foods, some of the food makers to the upside. Industrials positive, couple of individual names kind of offsetting this group, but decent day for them. But it's all about the banks when it comes to strength in this market. Basically all of these in positive territory. Citigroup, WFC, to name a few there, 3%. JP Morgan, 3%. CFG, 3%. You see the trend developing here. Consumer discretionary stocks, want to mention these. Yeah, there's CCL, 7% now. NCLH, 4%. We have RCL, 5% in positive territory. So nice looking group there. Consumer discretionary stocks also helping to the upside. But everything outside of these guys in positive territory. It's the software companies, mainly the hardware companies. Semis, however, all negative as well. So there are a few in here that are positive, kind of helping to offset the declines overall. But semis are where the weakness is coming from today. 0.4%. I talked it up 0.2%. Guys, back over to you.
NIO here at 10s again, as it just continues to go bouncing around. I mean, we've talked about scalping this one. That's why we get super excited when we're part of this run, because it hasn't made many today. Pretty choppy here. If you're waiting for home runs, really hasn't been there in NIO, and we've talked about that. But one home run, guys, again. Bang, it's falling money here on CCL. Shout out to some of our trader friends. We go back and forth on this one all the time over there on Twitter. So if you guys want to follow me, but right here, CCL upside, breaking through the day's high. Brendan's talked about that, now up 7%. What a monster trade this was as well. But everything working out, guys. The only negative stock that I have on today is this one, AMD. And Brendan just talked about semiconductors being a little bit weak. No surprise there. Should have been a little more patient with this one. Not patient, but maybe not as aggressive. The move happened yesterday. This is a daily chart of AMD. It was $50 not too long ago, right up to $58 in about 3 or 4 days. So that move may be a little bit bit overdone. Not a horrible spot here. I may take out some of that trade that I have on right now on AMD, which is long in my own trading account at 50. So nice little run up there for AMD. But other than that, man, right now I just reviewed everything that we have. Roku, we got out here on that 159 break. We're still holding pretty small. I'm going to look at where to load back into this name. But again, another name that's pretty heated. If the market wants to pull back, these heated names are going to be the ones that fall the most just because it's profit-taking time.
Yeah, I mean, one of those might actually end up being Plug here, up 5%. It's about to test the high for the third time today. I actually checked that, technically the fourth time today. 940, it broke through once off the open. It failed a couple of times. Now it's a third rollover here. Yeah, it's going to be a break for me if it ever takes out the top. But we're going to see if we can't roll into a short. Somehow, it always seems like when I'm shorting the electric car space, I'm going to pick on Plug a little bit here, but I'm going to continue to do that, unfortunately, and jump into this one. It looks like it is short sell restricted. I have to check yesterday's move. SSR usually follows for 2 days, regardless if it's up today. If it did meet those requirements, it's going to be short sell restricted. I'm going to short in front of high of day, see if it pulls back in. Reversal to the long at 42. I've got a reload going on here in NIO and Virgin Galactic as they came back a little bit here, 15 even on that NIO, and Virgin 1888 to the short, to the long side in both those names, but now looking short in Plug.
Yeah, exactly. And we're still waiting for Roku. I found a little reload spot. It's going to be right around here, 158.20x. We'll look to reload that one on our Roku here. We already did take a nice little 50, 60 cent win. We hit the home run on that one and then got out for the 30, 40 penny loser. So right now we're hovering around flat, position pending. So we need this one to get back to the upside if we are going to see any profits here on Roku. We should be able to get back in right around now. Our kill spot is this wick right here, 157 at 57.75. We're going to give it down to 50 range here, averaging a little bit more down here. It is kind of consolidating and breaking lower. It's consolidated, broken up. It consolidated, broken up, consolidated, broken up. So now we're breaking down. Let's see if we can average in and then hope. I hate using that word, but this time we have to hope for a move back to the upside here and take out day's high. But the market right now just kind of hovering around. So nothing really to worry about on that front, guys, as NEO just comes cratering back through 15.
Yeah, I just slapped out of that one. So when you're scalping, you're going to get in and make sure you control those hits. If you're only taking, 10, 15 cents on your first legs to the upside and trying 20, 25 on the second half, you can't be losing more than that. Otherwise, it can get you into trouble. So same thing we did on the short side trade. We'll just quickly get out. I'm still favoring the long on a dip. So I'm going to try to see if it consolidates at 60, 65, maybe 70 even. Once it does do that, I'll dip back into the long side. Version we're still holding. Plug already working to the downside. We literally just gave you that 1 second ago. I tried it at 40. I tried it at 39. I got it finally at 938. Fair enough. I had to chase it a little bit, but I think we'll get some out on this first level here at 930. See if we can't run this one back into VWAP. It's been bouncing off VWAP the entire morning long. So if it continues that trend, I want to make sure I take advantage of it. And it's still a long breakthrough high of day. Although I think if the market's going to roll, or these high flyers are going to roll, Plug could be the first one to go.
900 likes. Good to see there, Valeria. So thank you.
We didn't get it that.
For pointing that out. Yeah, good little like situation there. Okay, so there goes Roku. Falls down there and we get out. So just as we talked about it, did it break? I guess it must have. Yeah, it broke through 57. Might be a bad out there. 57.50 out on Roku. I don't like that out, but that just makes me think I need to get back in right now. So we'll see about Roku possibly going back to the upside right now off that little break. But here it comes back down. So we do flush ourselves down there. Pants down on Roku. We tried it. Brendan, I think, had the good trade. When we go back to Brendan, let me know where
I'm going to put you on the spot.
What's going on?
Yeah, U1 here is making a bit of a move volume. I see some people talking about it. I just checked Twitter very quickly. I couldn't find anything in a couple of seconds, but we'll see if we can get it. It's making another push to $20. Now, if you remember, there was that hashtag that came out, and it is what it is. It's making another move to the upside. We thought that one was done a few days ago, but certainly it's making another move to the upside after having come back in heavily. The first time this was a runner, it got all the way up to 55. But Brendan, what do you got for us?
On that, I don't think there is actually any news on this one today, but we are seeing a few of those. U1, also that CARV back to the upside today. So some of those kind of trendy stocks coming back into play a little bit. But yeah, not seeing any headlines on that per se today on U1, but definitely doing more volume than normal, or the past couple of days anyways, guys.
Yeah, I'll give the bang. When I reviewed Roku, I liked a couple of different names for the rollover, potentially more than Roku. I do like to see something consolidate at the high before I jump into it. But you jumped in front of the sword and you've got yourself a $2, $3 winner. So I'll give the confetti to anyone that took that trade. It wasn't a setup for me, but that doesn't mean it's not a winning trade, guys. You got to make sure you trade your own ideas in your own book. We'll give you our thought process, but it's not set in stone. I am still looking at the corner of my lemonade here. It's holding the high, no 90 break yet, no breakdown of 87, no Moss for me in the middle. I don't like this time of day trading something like a lemonade in the middle of a consolidation range topside. Roku, you're probably going to want to see what happens when it gets to 155.50 or so. That would be a nice little buy dips kind of situation. Give yourself $1.50 to the upside there with a tightish stop at 155 even, guys. So I think there's an opportunity to buy a little bit of a dip in Roku, and I still see Lemonade trying valiantly to go through the top. The longer it holds here without breaking, the more I'm going to like that one to the south side on LMND. Recent IPO, so I'm not going to show you the daily. It's not going to tell you too much of a story. But the longer we hold here without making a run to 90 even, the more I'm going to like to break at 87 when it does happen. So I got my shares locked and loaded, ready to go. It's going to be 87 short for me. Long right now, just in Virgin. It's pulling back to 1875. We're going to see if we can dip back into that one again and play that, continue to play that trend. Reversal of a trend. Of course, it was down in the morning. Now bouncing to the upside on Virgin Galactic.
Yeah, we love Virgin Galactic, and like you guys know, we got those options on Virgin Galactic. So that's been a good one for us as well. We also have the short here at NIO. You can see taken right here. We got out by accident on this wick, but now we hold this short to the downside again. So a nice little win happening for us right now on NIO. Short right now, 93. So yeah, let's see how far this one wants to go down. And by the way, check out CCL, guys. This is a 76 penny winner. Yeah, there it is, long. Sometimes our board will take a second to refresh. I've been told by our tech team, so you do have to wait for that. Generally, just if you can, listen. I know it's hard to do that, but listen to sort of what we're saying, and you'll be able to see what we have. But CCL bang to the upside right now. Thinking about probably just taking this out ahead of 16 right here. But Brendan is over there at the big board, so give it to us there, big guy.
Hey guys, yeah, currency time. We'll have a look at foreign exchange world, if you will, for a Friday and see how things are shaping up so far. I want to start down here with Bitcoin once again today. We're talking about 9,200 over the past few days. In fact, still holding around that 9,200 area. If you go over to a chart, you can see there's a number of times here we came down and touched this 9,200 to 9,300 area, both on the support side of things and resistance. So we're right back to that 9,200 from below. Kind of chopping around in this range. So we went from a higher kind of consolidation to a lower. We're just kind of stair-stepping to the downside, but still holding above 9,200 for Bitcoin. Down today, 0.3%. Ethereum following suit, about 0.5% to the downside for Ethereum. Everything else kind of muted so far. British pound, the only one to the upside today, 126.5, 0.4%. Euros higher. Canadian dollar dead flat, 73.5. You can see the Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar both kind of opposite today. New Zealand did have some positive employment data, I believe it was. That was out 0.24% for that one to the upside, guys. Back over to you.
All right. Yeah,
Just
Brendan,
got a quick
everyone loves
reload.
that big guy comment there, so I don't know if I'll do it again, but pretty funny stuff there.
Yeah, just got that reload in Virgin Galactic. We talked about it basing out at about 1880. We've been playing this little pullback trade, and I did double bang it to the long side here in front of 1880. And I'm going to take it in front of 19 out. Remember, we like the long through 1940 here, so I'm going to be buying secondary breaks at about 15. I'm going to be buying dips into 1885 on this name, as long as we're able to sort of hold this consolidation 70, 75 range. I think we're going to stay net long on this name, guys. So it's Virgin. It's already been a big win. You guys can see that on the board. Plug might take out high of day. I mean, I'm short at 38, and it's about to break 42, so you're risking about 4 or 5 cents for the reversal. It looks like it wants to go upside on PLUG, another one of these electric car names that are bouncing to the upside. I just reversed there, high of day long on a break in PLUG, and very close to that short and lemonade through 87.
Yeah, let's just take this off right here on CCL if we can get it. 99, and there it is. There we go. We take it out. There's the big winner you guys want. $15 name, dollar winner. So there you go. Upside on CCL. It took out 16, then faded back through. So we took the 16 printout again right there. And thank you guys for all the love there on Twitter. Been getting a lot of nice messages today. You guys have known the kind of run that we've been on. We crushed BABA yesterday. We crushed BABA today. We crushed CCL again right now. But wow, what a move up that was. Out at 16 on this beauty of a name here today. It just keeps on heading north side there. And Roku, unfortunately, we did get out and it did test all the way down here, 157. So our out was good right here, but we did not reload. And I think it does maybe test up here, 160 today. So we will wait to see on that one for Roku. But right now, Brendan has some else.
Another one, guys. Nice looking chart here. Camping World Holdings. Yeah, exactly what it sounds like. They provide a whole slew of products when it comes to all things camping. Up 15, almost 15% today. Straight upside, 26 to 30. They just updated their current quarter to the upside. You can see on a daily time frame, this thing's gone from $8. This is back in May, all the way up to $30. So I guess it is the camping season. So CWH, guys, nice day today.
Oh yeah, Marcus Lemonis. You guys know who he is. But okay, Roku 158.69 here, looking to make another run upside. It did break that movement there, and we did get out. So we did talk about Roku there, and you need to hold that one a little bit longer. Brendan whispered in my ear where he got long, 152.70. I guess it's probably right around here on this kind of a break upside. So nice move there. That's the kind of play that you want, guys. Get it a little bit early, not a little bit late. So now we're kind of just fumbling around. And you can see what we're talking about here, the futures bouncing around here and not doing much. So you
lots
may
of
get
sideways action here. Sorry, Sean, I'm looking at Spark, and it's sideways action, but sort of forming a bit of a downward wedge here, 1690 being that bottom, and successive lower highs have been put in here. So I'm still eyeballing a 1690 break. That was, I did take it the first time, quickly got out of it when it had no move. It just snapped right back in. I do like it a little bit more now if we ever break that 1690 to the downside. So I will jump back in with that trade if it gets there. I am still looking at Lemonade, and of course we just got that plug trade to the long side. We did get that nice little pullback. I've mentioned this a couple of times, and we'll try to go over this every time on a breakout trade. When you get that high of day break, oftentimes around lunchtime, you'll get that fake wick back downside where it tries to shake people out of the long. I love when it holds the next level of the downside and then bounces right back up. This is where you want to pick some shares up usually. That's what I've gone ahead and done on that re-entry point there. And now when it makes the run to 50, you have a bigger size position, you have a better price, and some of the other longs that would be resistance on the way up as they try to get out have bailed. So all those things help you out there. So hopefully plug and go to the upside here. First stop would be that 950 mark, and then further upside on PLUG.
Plug, yeah, okay. We will look at that as well coming up. But right now, guys, I mean, we're just monstrous. I may tweet out the CCL trade because, again, I don't know what everyone else's favorite video. Oh, god damn. I mean, darn. Perfect right here. I'm pretty sure that this CCL trade here, taking this VWAP break and then just cruising it to the upside doesn't get much more perfect than that. It does break through 16 and 16.12 is there. I don't know, is Eric on the chat today? Eric Meadows, he always takes these CCL trades with me as well. So shout out to you, Eric. Shout out to Callaway Jones, guys there. You guys talked about coming on the show. Callaway Jones was a very, very good guest of the day for us, and I did see that shout out. He was loving that Brendan comment there. So yeah, what's up with that? Not only trader, entertainer as well, trying to be, but we'll keep going upside here with CCL. I'm gonna wait for a little bit of a pullback in this one before we go long again. We were wrong on this short, so we got out, waited for that, and then blew it to the upside there. So CCL, very, very happy with that long. And now we just wait on NIO, guys. It's gonna break through 1510. That'll be our out. It's the only position we have on, that and SPAC.
I got to remind you guys that, yeah, I'm in the money and plug, and we'll get to that one in a second. But WAFU here, that 665, 670 area that we like for the short break, man, that looks pretty good. And thank you, Bay are ballistic. I like that. Bay are ballistic. And you remember we have, thank you to everyone that does support us by becoming a member. Yeah, you're going to stand out in the chat. That makes us easier for us to follow along with your questions or comments, obviously. So we do welcome that. This WAFU, man, if we can ever get these locates, big time short opportunity here. But watch for also the long break. This channel, 65 cents, not going to hold. not when it's been this volatile, but look at the volume start to taper off here. So if we don't get any kind of volume spike coinciding with a break outside of the range, we're probably going to have to get away from this. I'm no longer liking the long in front of that 665. It's short only through there or break on volume at 740. We go in the money here on PLUG. And we're starting to get back down towards our reload price once again on Virgin Galactic. So we're loading up every time it gives us those 85s to 90s. And then we're getting out in front of that 90 to 1910 area with another break at 1915 to come, hopefully. And we hold that 1875. So trend trade on SP space, Virgin Galactic. But also, don't want to get too far away from that U1. It is pulling back in here, giving you this tight consolidation range. Man, that will give you a breakdown if it gets below that 18 quarter or so, and then maybe a retest at 19 even of that 20 mark. But I prefer the shorts if we get those locates in. Gonna have to check with our good friend Greg to make sure we got them though.
Good friend Greg, yeah, that's for sure. Okay, CCL backside, U1. I can have a look at that, but Neil's waiting for the short there, so we'll see if that one's going to come through. We still do have our NIO trade that's now nicely in the money. Well, it was just nicely in the money down here at 86. Let's put some bids down there, see if we can't capture it. I was bidding in the 70s, but here comes NIO. We were giving it up to 15.10, so nice little hold there. We got to take some out. You don't want to look, as Neil would say, a gift horse in the mouth. So we do have European update with Miss V standing over there at the big screen. Let's go.
Hey guys, welcome to the European update. Europe is in a positive territory today. Italy is leading up 1.29%. Britain is up 0.91%. Germany is up 1.18%. France is up 1.05%, and Russia is up 0.14%. Swiss duty-free operated Dufry fell 7.3% after announcing cuts in personal expenses by 20 to 30% this year. That's all with the Europe, and I'll keep you updated. Back to traders.
Thank you very much, Valeria. One name that we haven't gotten to today somehow, after it was already in play, of course, Twitter has been a big-time runner. We talked about this one when they had that sort of first leg sympathy action when it came to Spotify, but then also the potential of a subscription model. It is starting to come back in here today, forming a small, tight range at the low end. If the market rolls over, this could be a good place to express a short trade. You do see that top. It failed at 37, and then failure here at 36. Lots of room to start coming back in. So if we get a sell-off on this Friday, Twitter through the low of the day now on my radar. I hadn't looked at it. The second I took a look at the chart, I'm like, okay, let's do a 34.90 break if the market has downside. About to get into lemonade on an 87 break. It's 30 cents away again. Keeps bouncing off this 87. I like that break more the more it goes off that level. But watch out now. We're going to take Twitter through 34.90 low of day if it gets that break, guys.
Yeah, Twitter, we were shorting. That's a dangerous one to short, but I think it's a good one today because I'm not sure what these futures want to do here. So we are getting out of some NIO here if we can get it. We did put a bid here at 87. It just bounced off 87. Like I can't catch a break. It just doesn't want to fill me there. Give me a break. Okay, I did want to thank everybody. I'm trying to get to 800. If you want to follow me here, I'm posting quotes every Friday. We're talking about some behind the scenes stuff happening here on Instagram. Here's my kids, by the way. We were checking this out on a nice walk a few weekends ago. There was a really, really sick art installation here, graffiti underneath the bridge. Maybe I'll go there this weekend again. Anybody know what jersey that is? It's kind of, I don't know, how do I zoom in here? Kind of hard to see, but anyways, it's a college jersey. I'll give you that. And my favorite team is the Green Bay Packers. So if you can't guess that now, then you may miss it. But okay, guys, that's that. NIO, bang, there it is. We finally get that fill, so catapult ourselves. Now let's see where the next downside move is. We were waiting for 78 because that's where this little dip was. 80 break, so I thought an 80 break may give us 78. But let's put a bid there just to make sure we do get it down here. NIO. Finally, a nice little 7-penny winner. Look, we're scalping it today, man. I wish I could hit a home run for it, but we will try to just keep taking it out.
Yeah, just got my entry into Lemonade here for the first time. We got 86.80 here on the first entry point. Now, we couldn't catch it on the way down. You're going to see it slam down to about 86.23, but there's some slippage there. I'm not going to, when you have a spread that's going to be bigger than 30, 40, 50, 60 cents, you don't want to pay it all the way down. I'm not going to punch short at 86.20 when it's making that kind of a move. We got that one there, and whoa, that did not mean to get into a short on space, so I'm going to quickly get out of that one. Get an accidental position. Sometimes it ends up a quick little scalp win, but lemonade to the short side we finally got. And watch out for NEO, as that one is now back towards its bottom, and Twitter just took the low, so a couple of new positions here, the short lemonade, short Twitter, both of those ones headed southbound, and also NEO coming as well.
Yeah,
but
NEO.
it's that time of day here. It's 11:05, and we love this segment. We've had some fantastic guests. Let's have another one right here. Let's go to Brendan for our guest trader of the day.
It is 11:05. That means, yeah, guest trader of the day time brought to you by Lewis Daniels Watches. Everyone that comes on in the month of July getting a Lewis Daniels watch. Everyone who signs up to come on as a guest trader of the day also getting a Lewis Daniels watch. So thank you to Lewis Daniels Watches for that. Let's bring on Jason Tran, our latest guest trader of the day, who is also, hey, guess what, Jason? Getting a Lewis Daniels watch. I hope you're super excited about that.
Yeah, super excited.
It's been an exciting Friday. How's your morning gone?
It's been actually a difficult one. I kind of got chopped up at the morning, trading a few tickers, trying to recuperate some losses right now. I'm actually long U1 on the break of the 5-minute high.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting how that group of stocks we've seen, U1, CARV, we were talking a little bit about as well. Not quite as big as move, but popping back up this morning. Not any additional news on those, but nice move for U1. Anyways, let's get back to the market here. We'll bring in those guys over there, Neil and Sean.
Those guys. Oh, I see how it is. It's all good. Welcome here. I want to jump right into, we like to talk about the trades that you put on here. So the second you mentioned U1, I already just said to these guys, I was looking for some shorts and some locates to be able to take a pullback trade, maybe through 1850. I like the fact that it's consolidating lower. Can you just sort of run us through that entire trade if you feel comfortable doing that, your entry point, what did happen through there?
So I was watching it. I noticed that it broke the intraday high around 1010 at 1750 level. So I saw that pop up to 20, and it rejected that 20, and it came back down around that 1850 level. And I was watching it on the 2-minute chart, and it kind of consolidated around that 8 MA area. So that's when I took the break around that $19. So I'm waiting for a pop back up to 1950 to $20.
Yeah, I like that range too as well. I think that you have to have an area that you're playing, otherwise you're going to get ridiculously chopped up in a U1, and it does have a bit of a spread, so you have to watch out for that as well. Quick question for you, Jason. Where are you calling from this morning?
I'm calling from Victoria, BC, so British Columbia. Nice and sunny here today, so it's nice and beautiful.
Sunny. Well, I guess that's a bit of a different story sometimes. Of course, in Canada, like us guys. So pop that Canadian flag. Sean's got it on the board.
I mean, I don't miss anything. So.
Yeah, right back at you here. We love having guests from Canada. We have them from all over the place, and I hope you do enjoy that watch. Just a quick question for you when it comes to your trading experience. How long have you been trading? Have you always been focused on equities? What's your story there?
Yeah, so I've been trading since around 2015. On and off, but lately the past 2 years I've been trading full time. So it's doing pretty well. My style, I guess we just say, it consists of a hybrid scalper. I tend to take trend trades, so some trades around the MAs, also VWAP bounces and so forth. I don't tend to hold trades all day long. That's not my style because I'm kind of antsy. So it just I guess it suits my personality, trading the first open couple hours.
Good look there. I just have to see why I missed out on this Spark short there. So like every once in a while you put a stop order in, and we say candidly here, maybe I don't cross far enough, my order misses or rejects, but either way, a Spark with that 1690 break, the market doesn't actually stop just because we're talking, but 1690 break does happen on Spark, and I don't know how I managed to miss this one after mentioning it 3 times to all of you guys, but it is headed southbound here. I'll see if I can pick some shares up on the downside trade there, but also still looking for some U1 shorts. I want to be able to take it if it ever breaks that 1850 to the downside, or at least enter into a trade there. But there goes Spark. It has been a high flyer, but I see that nice little wedge to the downside finally breaking out. Sort of a quick little scalp idea that usually is going to work out for you this time of day. It already would have given you that nice little 30, 40 cent win. I think is more on tap here, testing that 1630 bottom that you had from both the pre-market and the opening range low on SPAQ there. You mentioned U1. Are there any other symbols that you're watching closely right now?
Actually just got into CCL here on the 5-minute break, so it looks like a kind of a little buy setup. So I got in at just below $16. Of course, the stop would be below that 5-minute candle, so hopefully that pops up again to high day.
Wow.
CCL,
I'm also in Lemonade, so the short that you mentioned actually at the 87.50 area, so I'm looking at that for back to VWAP.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at the same thing. I haven't taken, usually at this time of day, I like to have 2-3 entries, so I'm not taking the entire position on a break. I just feel like the risk reward isn't that good for those types of trades. I haven't re-entered into it. I wanted to see us actually test 880. You do, or 88, I shouldn't say 880. But you have to see with that spread, because it'll open up a little bit sometimes. So if it tightens up and gives me a chance to smack somebody there when it goes to like a 5-10 cent spread, I like to jump in that way. But great look on that CCL. Sean, I know you've been trading in that one, but again, about to break the high of day on CCL. What a strong stock that's been all morning long here, Sean. I know you've been all over it.
Hells to the Yaz. I mean, CCL for me has been a slap shot. We only have one loser on today, actually two now, because of our friend Roku right here. We did have that one on, but yeah, okay, upside here. And yeah, it's really nice to see you're actively trading. Thank you for that. 5-minute charts you like. I have a 1-minute chart on here. And guys, if you can show some of the side views here, we do have a few different screens popping up here, as well as a 3-minute. I like to use a 12-minute as well, maybe for a little extra time frame there, and then a daily on the futures, so on and so forth. I did just call up Walmart. I did see someone talking about that one, and hells to the Yaz, a Walmart shareholder. Happy, happy, go, go. Happy, happy, joy, joy. If you guys know where that's from, then wow, dating ourselves there. If you know where happy, happy, joy, joy is from, you put that there, and I will show you up on the screen. Do not Google that. But Walmart, yeah, look at this, guys. This is exactly the kind of consolidation that we like to see right here. As you know, when you make a move down there and then consolidate one way, it's very, very nice to see when it finally breaks out. So, Jason, I don't know if that's something that you look for in patterns, but I like a move down on a strong stock, base it out, and then once it gets that, you get that pop up. Are those something similar to what you look for? You actually have another one kind of right here. This one is on the way. This one's on the way up. Consolidation and then another break of that day's high. Is that a chart pattern? I know you looked at 5-minute charts. Is there anything longer time frame maybe you look at, or any patterns maybe you care to share with us on a screen share?
Yeah, for sure. Well, the thing is that what I usually look for is, of course, you always look to the left. I look at the dailies first to see if the stock is overly strong or bearish, depending on what it is. Of course, you want to look for levels, so where are pivot points and resistance and support. Then from there, I usually look from the 1 to 5 or 15-minute chart, depending on the specific time frames. So maybe if it's in the open, I'll only look at the 1 to 5-minute chart. As we progress later in the day, I'll watch the 2, 5, and 15-minute chart. And of course, I have to have the multiple time frame analysis line up. So if the 2-minute lines up with the 5-minute, of course, that's an amplifier, so I will take that. And CCL is definitely going right now, so I'm looking good there.
Right. Yeah, CCLs have been a fantastic trade. Yeah, good little talk there. Yeah, it's Ren and Stimpy, guys. You guys know that, so we give a big shout out to everybody there, including, yeah, Joseph Mendoza, one of our long-term members there. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Good little shout out there, guys. Aaron May as well. Everybody getting that one. So, yeah, Ren and Stimpy. If you're not maybe born in the 70s or 80s, maybe you may not know that one. Not to say that's when I'm born, but what's up, Brendan?
I do know that one, and we were, Sean, born in that era. QH, QHO, little IPO just debuted on the NASDAQ here today. QH, guys, 68%. It opened, flushed, and then immediately halted to the upside. Only reason I bring this to your attention is because very, very small IPO, but only reason I bring this to your attention is because the last time we saw one of these, it proceeded to continue up about 200% on the day. So QH on the NASDAQ just IPO'd, halted right now in a volatility halt, guys.
Yeah, that does mean we have to look at, but we also got to look at our good friend, and it's going to be SPAC.
Good friend.
We got the pullback in. Sometimes you have to. You like the price here on a 1685, 90 area break, and then you like it into the bottom, guys, and then you have to wait for your price. I did miss it on the way down, but I was picky about where my entry was. I allowed it to come back to me instead of chasing it. Then we get our out at 1650. There was a big buyer at that price, so you do also have that low of day, but if I can find it on the level 2, just so you guys can see, there was also a big buyer that just stepped up. So you see me just get out there at 52. I saw it hit the buyer. The second it bounced, I'm like, boom, I'm just going to punch out of that one. I look for a re-entry point for me in Spark if it gets back up to that 17 area. And we talk about scalping here, Jason. It's just one of the things we try to give you guys a thought process. It's not that if you're doing a long-term trade, you're going to care about that size. But if I'm already looking to see if it holds this low of day at 1632 and I see a buyer step up, whatever, I'm not going to squabble over 15 pennies. We'll just take the quick little 35-cent win and look for a re-entry point. It is lunchtime. You don't want to force things too much. I didn't get that pullback on Lemonade to be able to add to it in front of 88, but I am sort of sitting there in the 70s looking to add to my position. To the short side plug, I got one leg out in front of 950. Looking for that break, still long in that one. And Twitter going nowhere on that low end break, but again, sideways action in most of the market. So you don't want to sit here getting jiggled out of your trades. If it's not going anywhere against you, not giving you a reason to get out, and your idea is still sound, you just sort of stick with it, even if it takes a little bit longer than you wanted there. But Jason, another quick question for you. You've sort of been trading a CCL, a little bit of U1. When it comes to trading multiple names, how active are you when it comes to how many symbols you'll have at one time? Do you have any kind of a limit with that? Sort of internal rules that you like to follow? Or is it just every single setup that I have, I'm going to take them as they come?
So the way I trade, if I see the setup, I like it. If it meets the multiple factors, I will take it. So right now I'm actually in 3 positions, CCL, U1, and Lemonade. If the setup's there, why not take it, right? Because I see that it's kind of a game of probabilities. Of course, you got to put your risk in. So the way I trade is every trade is a fixed risk. So for instance, like for example, every trade will be, say, $100. So if I lose, give or take, it's $100. No problem there, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, of course, like if the setup's there, you must take it. That's just the way I have been trading.
Yeah, you know what I love about that? I think it's you just said if it's $100 to $100, whatever that number is for each trader. I know some people have small accounts where they're risking 5, 10, 20 bucks at a time. The important thing to be able to take every single setup is that you're having your overall daily loss limit or your overall account and then chopping it up so that if it's a reasonable number, you can take them all. If you're putting everything into each trade, you are going to have to pick and choose which setups you do take. So I love to hear that. We try to reiterate this, but one of the reasons we do this with the guest trader segment, Jason, is that we get different perspectives, and sometimes it reinforces points, brings new things out there for everyone to be able to follow, guys. So I want to jump over here because the market isn't, the market doesn't stop. There's still movement here, and watch out for, I know some people are talking about Tesla. Yeah, once again, Tesla to the upside. I actually reversed long and plug, which I wanted to be shorting, unfortunately. The short lost a few pennies on that one before an immediate reversal through the high of day. Tesla, 1420, and it seems like you can't stop without one of these names turning 420 into a level, and it's a high break looking like it wants to make a second run at it. Watch out for bullish Tesla through 1420 and change, but I gotta go to Brendan because he's got something for us.
Just to expand on the bank strength we're seeing today, if anyone was wondering, back into earnings season next week. So big boy earnings coming next week. JP Morgan, Citigroup, and Wells Fargo all reporting on Tuesday. So seeing some buying ahead of earnings next week in the banking group, guys.
And there goes Weemy again. I mean, it never actually broke that 665. Fair enough. It broke out of the channel to the upside. I've been waiting for that sort of 8 area halt price, the original halt that it did make. Grab that long when it just broke it now. So finally back into WIMI. It's been at least an hour since I've traded this one after the first halt. Now we have some more positive action. I'm looking to see this first out here in front of 850, and then if we can take it to the top on Weemy, we'll have a nice little win for us here, but already getting some profitability up towards that 850 mark. And then if you get a secondary break, you know, always jump into some more shares there. As a scalper, you got to play that action, guys. I want to get to Roku in a quick second for you there, but I also want to go back to the airline sector. I've gotten far, far away from AAL. When you're trading multiple names, you can't miss some of this. I was waiting all morning for a break of this 1125, 1130. Did not happen. That probably should have, for me, at least signaled opportunity for a long. It did not. So I got to kick myself here. Not necessarily the best look. I mean, you hold a level like that, and if you liked it for a short break and it can't do it, that's a fail action for me. It bounced like 3 times here. Probably should have found myself in an entry to the long side. Thankfully, we found something here in WIMI, however. And I think one of the things you got to do is, if you make what you consider to be a mistake, just jump right back on the horse. I take a leg out of Weemy right here. When it comes to jumping back into things, I want to quickly ask you, when you have a bit of a hit or maybe 2-3 losses in a row, or that FOMO because you missed out on a trade, what's your process for getting past it? Is it just all about, hey, I have my setups, I got my levels written down, stick to that, or do you have sticky notes reminding you what you have to do in terms of your trading strategy? What's your process there?
Oh, definitely I have those sticky notes on my monitor, right? Just subtle reminders. So of course I review all my trades after the session is over. I review it and I write it on a sticky note, just a reminder. So for example, if I have revenge trades, I get stopped out and I re-enter due to compulsion, I will write a sticky note and just as a reminder, don't do it because you already took a loss on it. Also, as a hard rule I have is that if I have 3 straight losers in the day, I'll just call it, just set down shop, come back tomorrow, another day to trade. The reason why, just because my psych is not there, right? I might be taking trades that are not really there. I might be kind of, I guess, tunnel vision. So that's definitely something I've been doing.
Interesting. So yeah, 3 and done. I've heard that before, where it's like if you just don't know if you have the read. There's something that might be off and you don't know what it is. Taking a step away. I've also heard traders that will just take a break when they hit something like that as well. I think whatever works for you, it doesn't matter. There's no one size fits all, and I think that's very, very important. Just because some people want to sit there and maybe jump into simulation after 3, or maybe they want to take a short break after 2 in a row to the downside. It doesn't matter. If you find that it's profitable for you in the long run, just sort of stick with it. Is my idea. Weemy here, I did take some out there at the 8 quarter. When I'm running up to the 50s, I'll take some at the quarters and out in front of 850, allowing me to reload. So I've gone ahead and done that. And we got like 793 in here, in front of this sort of VWAP here at 750, guys. So I've reloaded in Weemy. I'm going to stay to the long side as long as we hold above this 740, 750 range. And we want that break of 850 to retest that top. If we do a failed break here, crack it by a couple of pennies and slam back down, that's going to give me some reason to take some profit, but not cover the entire position. I think it'll give me another reload there. So I want to walk you through the process, just in case it happens really fast. We'll know what we're doing ahead of time. And we got a question. Someone asked, how are you fast on the keys? And I got this one on Twitter, and I sort of told them, if you know what you're going to do in the event that it goes down against you or up in the money for you before it happens, then you're simply reacting, and it's all muscle memory. It's not about making that decision at that time. You've already made the decision. You're just executing it. I'm assuming that's what gamers do. I'm not a big one myself. I don't know if you are, Jason, but it certainly does help to anticipate action before it happens. No, I was just asking you, Jason, you a gamer?
Oh, yes. Of course, I play some of these games. Street Fighter, like you mentioned, so I'm always up to a challenge. If you want to go 1 versus 1,
Whoa. I'm not challenging anybody to Street Fighter. That is Sean's domain. He's got the trophy on his table. He's a Street Fighter guy. You want to play some Mario Kart, I'm in there with you. But if you want to go Street Fighter, you got to go challenge Sean, and he's taking on all comers.
Yeah, and he's
Definitely
in Canada. So, Jason, we'll get together, hopefully, if you ever visit here, or if I visit lovely Victoria. We actually have a good friend of the family in Victoria, BC. So we may come through there soon, my friend. But the problem with this challenge is, and look, I have to be perfectly honest with you, I haven't played it in like 20 years. That doesn't matter. Its challenge is still there. But you need to find like an old official machine, right? Like we can't be playing, like I would still beat somebody like in Super Nintendo or something like that. But it'd be so cool if we could find, Jason, an actual video arcade machine. I remember when I used to play, you used to be able to like, I never smoked, but we used to play, in pool halls and whatnot. People used to put like little cigarette butts on the machine. Crazy times. Yeah, that was fun. And we used to play that in high school and whatnot all the time. So, but great trading there on CCL. I see from you, Daryl, as well. Missed this move in Luckin Coffee all the way down and all the way back up. So a little V-shaped move there. We're still holding on to some NEO going through 1480 as well. So that could be a big move there. I just did, guys, tweet out here on my Twitter that motivation there, Motivation Friday coming up here. So we talked about this again, and I don't know if there's any quotes that you like, Jason, but persistence, you have to be persistent in what you're doing. I mean, you just said there, you made a rule of 3,000 likes, Valeria dancing. You made a rule there of 3 losing trades in a row. I think that's fantastic. Go back, look at your mistakes, be persistent with your rules, and then you will achieve extraordinary achievements. Does that make sense? But anyways, that's that on Twitter right now, guys. Trying to get to 4,400, so only 70 away from there. But going back and forth with a few people people, hopefully arranging some guests of the day as well coming on. Jason, I hope you're having a good time. Just for our viewers, why don't we recap, how long have you been trading, and what has, maybe if it's been multiple years or months, what has your time frame been to success, Jason?
Yeah, so when I first traded, I didn't have any of the education. I got in and I kind of went straight into real money, the worst thing anyone could do, because basically you're just donating your money to Wall Street, right? So I didn't have the option of, going in the demo, double checking how the actual application works or the trading platform. Didn't really know the strategies. I was just firing away, clicking buttons and losing money on a daily basis. And then later on, I just started to read a bit more, reading some books, trading demo, and then it actually took about maybe 2.5 years, 3 years to actually become profitable. During this whole time, of course, I got to learn a lot about myself, because you don't really understand what your personality is like until you actually get into trading, and then of course you identify those bad habits, right? So
okay, yeah,
good one. Quite some time. And also, I wanted to mention one quote. As long as you do what you're supposed to do, you will make money in the markets. So don't stress about it.
Is that a quote? Is that a Jason quote, or
that's a Jason quote?
That's a Jason quote. Yeah. As long as you do what you're supposed to do. But again, remember the big thing there is, I love that you talked about going into paper trading. We advise that all the time to our viewers. Man, don't donate to Wall Street. If you want to donate something, donate it to me via super chat. No, just playing around there. Jason, good quote there. But yeah, man, you got to learn from your mistakes, and it sounds like you've done that one. One mistake that I've had today was NIO. I mean, we're still going to be up on the stock. Actually, it's my third largest stock today, so I shouldn't say it's a mistake, but we did not get enough out down here. We were short during this big flush. Now it's in this little channel, man. We'll get out of this remaining short. I only have 2 positions on, NIO and SPAC. In SPAC, we're just waiting for this 15 break. It's been a good run on this name. If we get back above 17 and change, we'll go for that one. But again, this is going to be a news-based play. We've talked about that on and on and on again. So we're just holding a little small spot there in SPAC.
Yeah, just watching out here, the market doesn't stop like we talked about, but we are getting some sideways action, and even Tesla here. We did mention the top end break. It's been very, very strong. We might have to file that one away for the afternoon. It does seem, with only about 35 minutes left in the show, that the market actually doesn't slow down just because we're going to be off of air. So still watch out for 1420. I do like it if we ever get that price as a potential afternoon break up to the upside. I already have plug long and lemonade. Might give us a shot here. And I said if you have one of these sort of shorts on the pullback in front of high of day, and I'm going to give you the chart, guys, because LMND said when it rolled over, we take our shot at it. That's a setup that I like. If I ever have my stop on this type of a setup and I don't give it to the high of the day, I said I'd drop down and give you guys 20. So if you see me cover this short and it's anywhere lower than $89.50, I'm a man of my word there, but I already have my stop. So I think we're going to be good, guys. It's all about that LMND. I do still have plug to the long side, as much as I'm waiting on Tesla maybe to move, but plug, like I kind of said here, and I think it's one of those trades, if you're a scalper, you've seen this before, you give that little breakout trade, and I never want to have my entire entry to that point, because there's always this fake out. Sometimes it'll give you this slide and then go right away. Other times it'll go deeper, and yeah, I probably should have had this at 32 as well, and then it starts working to the upside. And there's a couple of things it does for you. A, if it just gives a fake break and goes straight back down into VWAP, you've got a smaller position at the worst possible price. B, if it does give you that consolidation, a lot of times what will happen there is it gives you the option to load in and out of a range-based trade between 35 and 50 and then profit from that. And then when it goes to 50, you have a bigger position on in general, and you've already made money going into it. So that's more of a scalper's mindset. If you're only taking the breakout trade, whatever, you're giving it 25 cents to make more than that, so it's not a big deal. But we like to talk about both ends of that style so you can take advantage. But there goes WIMI. It's going to flush that one down the toilet if we hold below 750 for me.
Okay, yeah, it's been a good one today for sure. And I want to thank Jason from our good country, fellow countrymen here. I'm going to hit the Canada flag. There we go. Jason, did you do anything for Canada Day there last week?
Actually, no, I did not, unfortunately. That's with the COVID thing, right? There's not much really going on. Spend time with friends and family, but it's just family this time, so
Yeah. True. I
Take
guess
a bit
that's
easy, right? No fireworks or anything.
No fireworks. Okay, but
I thought you had the
snapshot. Maybe
fireworks,
hockey
Sean.
season coming back on too. Oh, I saw the Blue Jays. I know the Blue Jays are very popular, and baseball is very popular over there in BC. A lot of the best Canadian baseball players are actually from BC. So
The best.
that's an easy one. But are you a fan of the Blue Jays at all, there, Jason?
Unfortunately, I don't follow hockey. More
Baseball.
Of a hockey. Sorry, my apologies. Baseball. I'm more of a hockey person. So
You're
that's gonna be
more
a
of
problem.
Canucks guy.
yes, of course. Canucks. Go Canucks, go.
You know my favorite. Canuck
Okay,
of all-
so that face I'm making is not because you're a fan of the Canucks, Jason, because you're out West Coast. I got no problem with that. I do have a problem with our production crew. You live in Toronto, Rob. You're supposed to be a Maple Leafs fan. I got an issue with that over there. You get a pass there because you're supporting the home team. I just want to let you guys know here, one of the reasons, we talked about stop orders here, and I'm going to ask you about your approach to risk here. When it comes to a name like WIMI, you look at the lack of liquidity that you can see in level 2. I don't like hard stops. I like area stops because when I see 750, if it wicks down, I don't want to get caught in this wick in a stock where I know there might be a lack of liquidity. What's your approach there? Do you vary between hard stop orders or manually getting out of a trade, or is it always one or the other for you?
Most cases I put in the hard stop. So how it works is when I first enter a trade, I actually put a bracket order in. So I have my stop loss and my T1, my target one. And then once the trade goes my way, I'll say move that stop loss to say break even or maybe 0.5 R and so forth. But I like hard stops, even though you do get wicked out, it definitely will save you because say, for instance, you do get wicked out and it keeps them flushing and then you're going to take even a bigger loss, right? So instead of having that -1 R loss, maybe you might have -1.5 or -2 R loss, right? So.
Okay, guys, here we go. Cowbell win right now. NIO, finally, Jason. We go down, and bang, there it is. Nice little chicken dinner winner. I won't ask you if you like chicken because I'm sure you do, but there it is. Finally, guys, that break. We get out at 69. We get out there at 66. We had those orders just stuck there, planted, waiting for that. So good little trade there, man, on NIO. We're looking at through the weeds there, but we take that trade. NIO smoking to the downside. Nice little short there. Beautiful long. If you ever see red follow green followed by red, those reds are sells. These little purples are short sells, guys. So ding, 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 all the way down. Nice little 25-cent winner there on NIO, and we still have it. So now, guys, we will wait to see if the break to the downside is a real one. And then if it does go down, I'd take it out at 14.50. Why not? NIO for the win right now. Nice little 23-cent spot on right now. What up, Beep?
Another one moving today, guys. We didn't see this one, but Splunk up 2.5% on a Morgan Stanley price target increase. So Morgan Stanley coming out saying this thing's worth $245, way up here on the daily chart. So nice looking daily chart. It's been trending higher, 2.5%. Decent volume just coming back into SPLK, guys.
All right.
Thank you very much. We got a couple of questions on the chat here, and people are asking how do you set up a bracket. And I think you did a fantastic job setting up. You hear us say we're bracketing something as well. It's just a buy order and a sell order put in at the same time as your first execution, or however you decide to set up. Every platform is going to be a bit different in terms of how they work. So a quick question to you, Jason, which platform are you using? And if you wanted to get into how it might work on that, just let us know.
Yeah, so I'm currently using Dash Trader Pro as my platform. So I've been using this since actually day one. I did try other ones. So when I first started trading, I used Quest Trade. And of course, that's not ideal for day trading. So then I got into Dash, and definitely I would recommend it. So actually, the way I set this up is there's actually hotkeys enables you to write the script for the bracket order. So that's definitely a key. Or you can just do it manually. So you put in your stop loss and then you put in your target through limit orders.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of times that's what we'll do here. I mean, our system has an API allowing our traders. So in a lot of I'd say about a third of our traders actively do code, and maybe half have some idea of how to do it. And sometimes you'll do some manual order entry, and other times you do some automated order entry if that's what you like. The market doesn't stop here, so I'm going to update you on plug, of course. I just got up to that 950 mark. I did set that as a bit of a target. I'm going to be adding to my position on a break of 950. Again, we did reload, so our initial long, we're all out of that now. We're just sort of looking at these shares we got in the mid-30s here. And then I want to be adding on a 950 break if we can catch it. I want to be catching a pullback as well into the same price, maybe 40s or so, just to chase it up a little bit with this nice little trend that we're seeing. it is slowing down in terms of volume. So I don't know if this is going to be a rapid move here with only about 25 minutes left. LMND, I finally got some more shares. They're up around 88. Man, that's sleepy. So it's taken me a while to be able to add to that position. It's holding that high of day nicely. So I think the rollover is going to be a good opportunity for us in Lemonade. I know you're looking at that one too, Jason, but it's one of those where you might not actually get a big move up here. And you can see I tried to get more shares in front of 89, but I did get a reload here in front of 88. Look, my target is down here just around that first leg, down around that 86 or just below it. Then hopefully run into VWAP, an 85-ish area. But this might not happen for a while, right? Some trades, you'll see me scalping in and out of NEO in a matter of seconds, which I haven't held anything in NEO very long today, which usually I do. But LMND, I could hold this one maybe. It could be to the close potentially here. What's your approach there? Do you have any sort of time limits? If it doesn't go by X, I'm getting out of it. Do you worry about getting close to the close or holding throughout lunchtime? What's your idea when it comes to time frame trading?
Well, I'll hold it till it hits either the target one or my stop loss. But then if I see the pattern fail, I will get out immediately. So rather than getting out that -1 loss, I'll get a small loser. Sure, why not, right? Some say, maybe leave it to your stop loss because it actually might come to the stop loss, but not actually trigger and actually roll back down to your target. Unfortunately, with Lemonade myself, I had 1 R on it, and then I rolled back to break even. I got stopped out. But
yeah, I mean, that's
what it is.
That's what's going to be all about, right? Now, every once in a while, I mean, I'll change my stops as a trend might change. Maybe something happens in the future. Maybe we'll get some news that comes unexpectedly and it changes your setup. Your setup then fails at that point. I think you have to, at least to some degree, I feel, be flexible to that because you're holding a trade for hours or days at times. Conditions can change, and then your previous levels are irrelevant in the short term. And if you haven't adjusted to that, you can lose a lot of money sometimes or throw away unnecessary money. But I don't try to throw away money by not listening to Brendan, so let's get to him.
Just checking on OSMT, Osmotica Pharmaceuticals, guys. Big volume spike, big price spike here. Just broke 9, straight through to 980 on a huge volume spike. So 37% OSMT. Just checking on that one, guys.
Guys, we'll hit the new position alert right now, the air horn for not WFC. We're looking at WFC. I actually like WFC through 24.45. Sorry, 24.85 on that one. But new position alert is JP Morgan, so we're in right now 94.06. It's 05 halves, but it doesn't matter. 94.06 right now on JP Morgan. First target area up at the top of this candle, 94.30. We'll see if we can't scalp that for a quick 25 cents on that name and then reload it and go higher and break this top. And then we'll participate in more shares through 94.44 if we can be right on this one. If not, we'll dump it out around this level. You see we did hold down here, 93.65. And look, man, I'm not like a huge fan of the banks. I'm well invested in them, but not a huge fan in them right now in this market. Interest rates at 0, the government just forking money out, but we're down up 3% today. And JP Morgan, guys, has been pretty beat up. If you see that from 115 all the way back down, maybe I can zoom in a little bit here. We are now trying to break out. If we can get above this $96, that's the 50-period moving average on a daily chart. So I do like that little call there through that. But right now, JP Morgan with a tester long. And again, guys, at 11:37, and I know Jason was talking about time frame as well. We're not like going crazy here at this time of day with share sizes. So we're just trying to top off our day. I have a very, very small LFT, so that's a loss from my highest point today. So we do have that on. And part of that is because I'm holding this SPAQ, which is only out of the money 50 cents. We've taken much more than that on SPAQ today. You can see all the profits at the bottom. It's been a big day, guys. What up, Beat?
Just coming back to life here a little bit. OSMT, this was news yesterday. FDA approval on a eye treatment that they were working on. So big move on monster volume if you go to the daily time frame yesterday. So a little bit of follow through possibly for OSMT, guys.
I just want to quickly jump back to that IPO here, QH, and look. We like to trade these IPOs at times, but this has done 500,000 shares worth of volume and is basically just halted every couple of minutes. So the liquidity is not very good, and I'd love to be all over this one, but I just don't really see much of an entry in there. I'm going to jump into space here for a quick second, but Jason, I wanted to ask you, do you often trade IPOs or as a scalper? Do you find good opportunities there? As I'm going to let you guys know, space did give that 1930 area break. Once it gets to that 40 mark, we're going to take some more shares, which actually just did. I don't know what my stop didn't trigger, so I'll have to do it manually here to add to my position on this break here at 1940. But Jason, do you ever trade IPOs?
Oh, yes, certainly. So I have some requirements for IPOs. So the IPO has to be, of course, green. Also, the IPO has to open up with at least 1 million shares traded. Anything under 1 million shares, I won't look at it. The reason why is because there's not enough eyes watching it, right? So there's not enough volume that might push through it for certain parts. And usually what I try to look for is the first break of the 5-minute candle. So for instance, like Lemonade was a really good example because that thing, I think, opened around 55 and then pushed all the way to like 90. That was just crazy. So if you took that IPO, amazing.
Yeah, look, man, I'm not touching it. I'm going to hit slapshot action over here for version. We literally just talked about it, and I added to it on the secondary break of 1940 while going through that IPO top. It already gave you some 60s and some mid-60s out there, so quick little scalp of 20 cents. I'm still holding this one here. See if we can make a run at that 1995, which is the high of day. I mean, the 20 break will always be in play, but for me, I did do some loading up and some longs. This last one was a mistake on my point. I had a stop order in and then didn't take the dip buy, so I got accidentally short and paid the spread, a couple of pennies there, but it is what it is. Now it's working in the money for us. But like you said there, I mean, I glossed over it by just showing the volume at 400,000 and saying no mas, but you have to have some kind of a process. And for some traders, it's the size of issue, they need a certain notional value it has to be, a certain amount of volume that they have to see in there. You got to set some rules because to me, one of the things I like to say is when you look at that QH, even if you had a winnable strategy on something like this, I'm not sure that it would be all that scalable, which can be trouble for a trader. And the thing is about developing a strategy that's not scalable, I don't know what the long-term goal is with that, because if you can never go from trading a very small amount of a position, that's great if there's 1 million of those opportunities, but if they only come along once every few weeks and it's only ever going to be small, I'm not sure where you go with that. That's my approach there when it comes to volume. But Brendan, what do you got for us?
Another one moving today, guys. GoGo here, a little internet provider in the U.S. Morgan Stanley coming out today talking about increasing their stake in this company. So just recently here, another volume spike as we get up to $4 even. If you go out to a daily time frame, 390 here was the last little kind of spike high on GoGo, but through to $4 now. Decent move for GOGO, guys.
Okay, we have some luck in right here. Oh, it looks like it might break through 81, so we'll take some out here of that play. We're waiting for some 79s to fill. We're short 80. It's just been bouncing around. Look, it's in this little range here. I thought I could just do a quick little scalp there, but we do lose the 1 penny there on luck in coffee. And this is an OTC market. Does your platform allow you, Jason, to trade anything OTC?
I have not tried, unfortunately.
Okay, no, that's fine.
So like Luckin Coffin or GNC, I haven't given it a shot.
Right. Okay, good. Yeah, some platforms do and some platforms don't. So just depending on where you're located there and what platform. I know you've gone over that with us already today. But okay, guys, JP Morgan right now a 7 penny winner. Whatever. We're still going to wait for upside up here in the 20s. But here we go. JP Morgan taking off. So nice little trade here. Let's just wait to see. I mean, right now it's 11 pennies in the money, but we're not going to take that. We're going to wait to see if we can get into the 30s and take some off there. So JP Morgan making the move to the high side. We also are waiting on SPAC to go. That one's starting to go, it looks like. And then WFC looking for a 24.85 break on that name. So right now, basically, Luck and Coffee is the only trade that I'm waiting to get out of here at 79, and we'll just wait for that because JP Morgan right now is starting to go. We'll see if we can't get filled there on JPM to the upside. And I see Space, guys. Space has been I'm loving Space right now, guys. I have that option on SPCE, and it is hella in the money right now. So we're cashing out huge on Space in my own account. Not here, I don't have anything, but we're making way more money on that option account than here. So let's go, Space. Big time win right there, guys.
Yeah, I just want to quickly go back to Tesla, and I apologize, I got to clean up my chart here, but Tesla, still some sideways action. We are watching for that 14.2420. That's what it's all about here. Jason, a few people have asked on the chat if you're comfortable giving it. If you wanted to give your social media out, fair enough, it's up to you. But there have been a couple of people at least asking for that. There is a punching through. Was that?
Yeah, that's JP Morgan because your boy is on it. And there it is. We get it out at 25 there. Again, not huge shares, but all we're doing is just stacking right now, Jason. We're putting top our account right now. We go long at 04, 06, whatever the heck I have, and then we get out there at 25. We take that 20-cent winner right now, and we'll hold the rest for that monster win. Hopefully that can come before the end of the show, but you guys know that I'm going to be on JP Morgan right now. Nice little long. I always get out ahead of these even quarter numbers there, so nice little trade there on JP Morgan with only 17 minutes left. Your boy ain't stopping, guys.
I just got my last leg out here on that Virgin Galactic trade, guys. So we did have that high of day, noted 1994. I just took it out at 1888. So we got in on the 30 break. We mentioned this one when we had that consolidation around VWAP. We were longing in the 1885 range the entire time, taking some profit down there. We got the breakout. We wanted to add through this 1940, which is what we did. And then we're taking some off in the midpoint, and then that high of day. So structured trade here for me, starting with that reversal once you got through that 1880, guys, and then we take advantage of it. I think certainly if you wanted to crack a little short in front of 20, you could. I'm not going to do that. I'm looking for a 20 even break if it does come at this time for another quick little scalp there if we can get it on Virgin Galactic. Got cut off there, but Jason, if you did want to give your social, no worries about that. Anything popping on your radar right now? I know you were hunting a couple of stocks here that you mentioned before.
Yeah, so I'm watching OCFT. It looks like a trend trade. It's also hitting all-time highs today, so definitely a Momo type of move. I'm looking for it maybe to come back around that 28 hole number to go long on the bounce play. I'm also watching PD. PD looks like actually a pretty nice setup on the 15-minute chart because it had a little downtrend, and then it had a nice little 15-minute changing of the guard green bar. And then actually, I just went long on the break at 28.51, trying to get back up to VWAP there. So those are the two trades I'm looking at.
Wow, look at you, Jason, like trading and talking, and maybe we'll get you as a host if we ever have a West Coast show there. Good job. Sure. How many trades today, trades or fills? I'm not sure how your platform just puts that out there, but what kind of stats are you looking at here? Not P&L or anything, just number of trades.
I average about like 20 trades a day.
Nice.
From my journal, about 20 trades a day. So right now I have 16 tickers that I've traded.
Nice.
So
nice.
definitely
Good
traded some of these tickers more than once, right? So
no, hey man, 20 trades is great. Sometimes we get traders on that are a little more of a beginner, and it's nice to see that you have at least 20 trades. And there it goes. All of you guys want this, so you're gonna get it right now. It's a banger right here. JP Morgan. Who told you about this, guys? We did, and here we go. I took JP Morgan. Some people on the chat not liking that trade when I had it, but how do you like this one right now? Because we take out the stick and hit it there. It's not a big stick this time, but yeah, there it is, guys. 40 cents right to the upside there. Big trade alert there on JP Morgan. I just wish we would have put more shares on. I did tell you guys we were light on the share sizes because of the time of day. Probably should not have been, and this is exactly what we talk about. JP Morgan for the win. There you go, guys. Wheelhouse. Thank you so much for that super chat, Mr. Wheelhouse. We'll put you on there. Yeah, JP Morgan. Look, you want the big trades. There it is. There's another one for you guys. Bang. There it is. Yeah, you guys get that Felipe Fernandez. You get a bang there. Everybody wants that. So go get banged out, guys. Nice little trade there. Big trade happening. NIO also, guys. I mean, I could do another one right here if you want it. Instead, let's just go Superman because NIO breaking down once again. Let's wait to get that. That's a 25-cent win on this stock. So back-to-back jacks like Vladimir Guerrero. And with that being said, why don't we hit our favorite time of the day? It is fruit salad time right now. So Jason, I don't know if you're a fan of fruit salad here, but today we've got grapes. We got some nice fresh strawberries going on there. It's been a big day for us. We make that money. We're erasing our LFT. Jason, what is your favorite fruit?
Mangoes. I know any of you mango fans, mangoes.
That's what it's all about. I always love to hear it. Let's forget about the watermelon. Let's talk about a real fruit there that actually tastes good. It's all about that mango, especially when it's in season. I mean, obviously, we're not going to get fresh here in Toronto, but when we do, we absolutely love it. I do want to update you guys very, very quickly. I still have that plug trade. It has given you the one pullback that I did like. If it does get a rollover back into that 35, we'll be all over it if we get a chance. It just hasn't happened yet, guys. So as much as we're taking profit on that name, if it doesn't make a breakout, I don't care. I'm not a hater, Valeria, of watermelon. I just think it's overrated. It's never going to be my first pick. I don't care what anybody says. If it is yours, my condolences on that. And guys, obviously, it's been a fantastic session with you here, Jason. I just want to ask you a quick question. When it comes to, sort of, finding us, or I'm not sure however you might have done that, or, people jumping in and maybe wanting to be a guest trader, that obviously it's fantastic. We have our sponsor, and you're going to get that watch, of course, from Lewis Daniels, and that's a great feature to have. We're happy to have them as a sponsor. But why should somebody maybe want to jump in and become a guest trader of the day, or jump into the chat and be more active, or put themselves out there, or even subscribe to the channel in the first place? Like, what are your thoughts on the trading community we have here?
Oh, definitely. So I first landed on you. I was just browsing through YouTube, landed on live trading recaps, and then I saw you guys. And definitely, once I joined in, fell in love with it. You guys have lots of energy, very entertaining. You guys provide great analysis of the trades, why you're taking it. And then just like, Brendan with his little updates with like when things are moving, just definitely something you should contribute to. Also, not even with the chat, if you have trade ideas, feel free to throw them in, right? And then definitely get that community growing, sharing trades. Hopefully everyone can make money together.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. I mean, a lot of traders, don't have access. We're sitting on a floor that obviously is it's empty right now because of COVID. But normally it's full. You get to bounce ideas off each other. It's a great feature of being on the floor in the first place. But if you are sort of, sitting at home, trading your retail account, it is good to have some reinforcement. That's what we're trying to do here. And I'm going to sit here and let you guys know that space, it did turn around off that 20. I said I wouldn't go short in front of it, but if you wanted to as a scalp trade, not bad. I'm still looking for a breakout at that 20 even. It got to 98 and then turned right around here. I would love to see it pull back into 1940 for a reentry at that stage. It's probably not going to break me out of the long mentality till about the 19 quarter or so. But we'll have to see what the markets do. If it gets that far down, there's likely a bit of a market move to the downside on a Friday afternoon that I have to take into account. You want to anticipate that kind of thing. We thought maybe there'd be a sell-off, but hey, the NASDAQ seems like it can never close negative, and right now we're slightly positive in both the ES and the NASDAQ. So Free Fall Friday, like one of our traders likes to say, might not be in the cards just yet. But Brendan, what do you have for us?
PSV, guys, again popping up on a volume scanner here. Day highs once again for PSV. We talked about it earlier. Was actually halted early on this morning. Decent news for PSV. 200% now. Just went through 150. Right back down though. So a little bit of a seller there at 150. It looks like on PSV, guys.
We sit back down and notice that JP Morgan. Oh yeah, what up to my Hydration Nation friends? What's up with that, guys? We're already at 1 p.m., so half a gallon done right now. Hydration Nation, what up? To you guys out there. Okay, JP Morgan still going to the upside there. I also did want to look at, I know you guys are trading Lemonade together here. Not really moving, but a big, huge spread here. I do like this consolidation right here, but 87, 86.30, that'd be pretty sweet. I know that's what you guys are looking for on a break. You're short also, right, Jason, Lemonade right here?
I actually got out break even. It did not go my way, so unfortunately. But
okay. All right, I wasn't sure. I just didn't want to talk down your guys' positions here because I am looking short as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I
am watching Piton though. Piton looks really nice right now.
Yeah, you know what? I haven't traded Peloton in a while. I mean, there was that range to the long side that we were taking earlier, but I do still have Lemonade here. It's still that same 87 average price. I never actually got this entry. It tested up to 89. We did talk about that, testing this lower high and then trying to catch more shares if it ever failed it. I never got in there, so my price does maintain 87.10. I still have the same targets to the downside. I really haven't moved them there. If you're looking at our charts here, I'll bounce between a 1 and a 3. But if you ever see these sort of these hard lines here, you can kind of see where my limit orders are for target exits here. So I have an entry order, and that's going to be that little gold one here, and I have some orders to get out, those turquoise buy orders sitting to the downside. So I mentioned here Lemonade, different from a Neo or maybe even a Virgin Galactic, where we're going to be in and out 10, 15 minutes. I do anticipate this one could take a little bit longer to form to the downside. And if it does and breaks 85, I'll have a third of the trade on for a bigger move, all the way down maybe 82 or 83. But Lemonade, it's starting to go now, but this might not be done before like 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Brennan, what do you got for it?
Carrier Global, guys, CARR. They're just talking about an air filter that can be used in buildings such as schools to clean the air if, in fact, COVID-19 is airborne, as they've been kind of hinting at over the past couple of days in the news. But Carrier Global here, CAR up 5%. Huge monster volume spike on that news, just smashed through 25 there, guys.
Smashy, yeah, CARR there. And yeah, COVID, I mean, Wow. I mean, will that ever come to an end? Who knows, guys? The WHO doesn't know COVID from the generic flu. So we'll see what happens there if they can give some recommendations for that one. Good move there. Wow. NVIDIA, guys, just like these stocks are beasts. Oh, one stock that we didn't look at today that I know a lot of you guys have been talking about, and I saw someone made a $22 move on Netflix. Like I wasn't just like, wow, Netflix today. I had no idea that this was happening here, Brendan, today. I mean, Netflix makes that bottom 511 and then just goes, woo! I don't know if they were upgraded today at all, but with the NASDAQ, this is a big outperformer. And I guess as we go, guys, with the COVID scare, Netflix going to be a popular one. Everyone, Netflix and chilling. I'm going to guess something right here, Jason. You probably have a Netflix subscription.
Definitely, I do.
There we go. That makes a lot of sense. What up, B?
Yeah, we talked about it very, very early, right at the open, guys. It was Goldman here. You can kind of see it. It was Goldman upgrading price target to $670 on Netflix today, guys.
Yeah, missed opportunity on Goldman, guys. We should have on Netflix there. Whenever I see like a Goldman, a JPM, and I know this is not 100% fact, but when you get upgrades by some of these bigger banks, you sort of really got to find out who the analyst is, what kind of recommendations they made on in the past. This one I missed. So you kind of got to go back and see, has Goldman been right before on Netflix? What's happened on that trade after they've upgraded or downgraded a stock? So there's a little bit of education there for you. It's not rocket science. It's just when you get an upgrade like that from a bigger covering bank or investment bank, then you have to look into who the guy is that made that, or girl, which trader, investor, analyst made that call, and then you go into Netflix. But missed that one today, but thank you, Brendan, for bringing that up. I hope you guys had that as well.
Yeah, and sort of speaking of missed stocks, one that was obviously a big mover yesterday. I know Simon, one of our past guest traders today, we had a lot of fun with you, Simon. But you talked about Bed Bath & Beyond yesterday. It was a big mover to the downside, actually recovering, and a great sort of breakout here at 810. And this is a setup that we should have seen. It's like that opening range break, 10 o'clock move here, gets to about 845, and then some successive bounces to the upside on some pullbacks right at that in front of that same level at 820. I want to update you on the positions that we have on. I still have that plug on the pullback there. It's still holding that 938 where I'm long. 950, I'm adding to it if I can get there. And then, of course, Lemonade, and I said this one could take a while. It has worked down in the money for me. Close to my target, and I put it in there, and it's out there. You guys can see that I'm sitting there at 86.10 in front of that 86. It breaks that, we'll get some out, then down to VWAP, and then see if we can hold. I don't actually have an order down in the 82, 83. If it gets there, I'll probably make a manual trade to get out of it, but it is starting to work for us. I thought maybe it would take a little bit longer. First dollar side winner on a third of the trade will come off here if it hits this bid, but otherwise, we're going to hang on to this one. It hasn't broken the high of the day. And I'm a man of my word, if I cover this thing shy of the high of the day, you'll see me drop and do 20, but it hasn't happened yet. So I'm not just going to randomly do push-ups for you guys on there. But if it happens, trust me, I'm going to be a man of my word, do them right here for you guys. Speaking of which, Simon mentioned something which I'm going to start asking all of our guests here before we get out of here, Jason. Trading, obviously, there's a lot of activity. You're active doing 20 trades a day. I've made 135 executions. Sean will make 200. Is there something you like to do when it comes to winding down? When I used to take the train, I would do meditation there, or I got to work out. Otherwise, I'm not in the right mindset to wind down for my day, maybe review my trades. What's your process for winding down, getting your head right? Is there anything in your routine?
No, I don't really have a process. I definitely have a profit target. So if I kind of hit goal, I'll step it back. Instead of taking the full size risk, I'll take half size risk. And then also I try to stay within a certain amount of share sizes per day, or maximum shares per day, just so that's kind of like a threshold of knowing when to stop, or just ease off on the break and just end the day, right? So because if you definitely get tunnel vision, you just keep on trading and trading and trading. As the day goes, of course, we know that it gets slower, the volume kind of dries out, and then you're just taking trades that are not really going to move. So definitely those are just some key points.
Yeah, absolutely. You just have to have that process. And part of our process is going to Brendan at this time of day, Brendan.
Yeah, I just realized what time it is, guys. We only have a few minutes left here. Nothing significant in the way of earnings. Obviously, it's Friday. Next week, though, as we mentioned, guys, banks start reporting. So we're back into some big, juicy earnings reports, hopefully, coming next week, with starting with the banks. So we'll be all over that. As of right now, we have a brand new education video for you. Valeria's been all over it. sending the link out there. If you want to check out our risk management video, you can apply these ideas to any kind of time frame, intraday to swing trading to even longer than that term trading. How to size your position accordingly based on how much risk you can tolerate, how much money you want to put towards the trade. So have a look at that. Our risk management position sizing video, guys, out there for you to enjoy over the weekend. Watch it a few times. Guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're joining us for the first time, guys, we do this every day. The market is open. So hit subscribe. We really want to get up to that 60,000 mark is the next one. We got above 56,000 this week, which was great. Let's go over to Valeria and check out what day it is today.
Thank you, Brandon, and hello, Jason. Thank you very much for joining us today. Guys, we would love you to participate also. Please send your requests to marketing@tradertv.live to trade, chat, talk together live, and also you will receive free beautiful watches. Guys, please subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet to receive notifications when we are back on air. And thank you very much for another great day. Thank you for 1K likes and for all the super chats and to all of those who became our member. Guys, we'll be getting better for you each day. So while we went gone for the weekend, watch our next educational video about risk management and check out our educational channel. A lot of useful and helpful stuff there. Well, guys, I wish you a great weekend and happy Pina Colada Day, everyone.
Great.
Yes.
We all love pina coladas. Jason, there's some talk here. I'm a huge dog guy. I also have a cat as well. I know Brendan, big dog fan as well. That's a Frenchie behind you, right? Is there any way... Is there any way you can pick him or her up? And I just want to see the face there because they're so damn cute. I love these dogs.
Is that a dog or a pancake?
And now I have a cockapoo, but there it is. Yes. Love this dog. I would 100% get a French bulldog. Look at that face. That's amazing. I'm going to hit the fireworks for you in a minute. I was making some bets here online that this was a real dog. Those people weren't sure about that, but what a fantastic dog. Name of dog.
His name is actually Domo, so he has an Instagram, but I don't really update it.
He has an Instagram. My pug used to have an Instagram, and he passed away, but still alive. Guido the pug. You guys want to see that on Instagram? Guido the pug. My current cockapoo's name is Belle. Shout out to my kids for that one. Brendan, any comments on dogs?
Obviously, love it. That's. I was wondering if it was a stuffed animal in the background there, but no, in fact, it is an actual dog. So, yeah, what a great way to wrap things up, guys.
Definitely a great way to wrap it up
JP
there.
Morgan.
And I want to give a shout out to Guido, who actually spent some time on our trading floor back in the day and was definitely good luck. But I want to say it's been fantastic having you on here, Jason. Enjoy a pina colada if that's your thing. It is National Pina Colada Day, so why not? I don't know if I will be, but certainly it's been fantastic having you here. Hope you best of luck to the rest of your trading for the rest of the day. If you want to stay tuned, guys, of course, we are dropping that video that we did mention on our Market Wisdom channel, so you can already click that link that Valeria has put in there. But as I run down the line here, it's been a fantastic week. Valeria doing a fantastic job as always, and give us that heart. There it is.
Kind of a heart. Okay.
And our good friend Sean Katina, who has pretty good. Ahead of the pace as always, doing the good hydration. That's what it's all about. We're all about it here. Almost everyone on the floor. Rune does it. I do it. I actually done my water here today. But you got to make sure you stay hydrated, stay healthy when you are trading. Brendan, I know, always does that because he shuns the sweets sometimes.
Sure. Well, more importantly, Sean, what is the washroom count at today?
2 only, I think.
Only 2? Okay, good.
I went and grabbed some fruit salad, and I did go, should we be talking about that? But I don't know. Good question there. Thanks, Brendan. We are celebrating JP Morgan busting out now, so big air horn win for that one. Have a great weekend. Don't worry. We'll all be back. Catch us on Monday.
As always, guys, I'm Neil Roberts, and I got to tell you, lemonade, that cool, refreshing drink, just got the $1 on the first serve. We'll have it all afternoon. I'll tweet it out when the trade is over. But good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Trader TV Live. We'll see you next week. Bye, guys.
Thank you,
Bye,
everyone.
Jason. Thanks.
See you, Jason.